people. Slavery, this the sequel. Traded chains for chains and church gave you the needle. That's a lethal injection. The mind infected with lies from fornication, idolatry. Let's cut these soul ties. I'm killing the vibe. Ain't no love for Babylon. Nope, I can't let you speak. Can't let these heathens Babylon. Talking down on God's chosen. You can't tell me that I ain't. You can't tell me that we can't change the minds and change the lives of the saints. Whole lot of bricks like Legos. Can't pull on these strings, Geppetto. Your pastor is softer than Jello, but God got a plan to make him a man. It's called repentance. Let that Holy Spirit burn without a question. No suggestions. Got a text at wartime. That's the message for real.
I want my people free. So long in captivity, we cry for vengeance. Free our souls. You give us vengeance. We won't bow no more.
I'm sick of bowing to my enemy. Feel oppression in their energy. I'm sick of lying about the enemy. I'm full of anger. It's the wisdom that's consuming me. Got me suppressing my power while Satan devours. Your pastor weak, mislead the sheep. He been a coward. The prophets teach and hit the streets. To reach that number, you can keep the gift. I clearly see you, my oppressor. Open up the scripture. My heart burns to teach the lesson. I want freedom from Edom. Amalek to be bleeding. I want Ishmael to see me. Make him out a believer. I want Moab to lick the dust up off of my sneakers. Make the nations receive it. Ride an eye for deceivers, and it's cool. I know you think we playing. Read the words in the Bible, and they say we winning. My people miseducated, they really think you with them. But you showed us time after time that you really sinning. So we had to pull up and post. Hit the streets, straight from the door. Feel like I did this before. You see sin, just let me know. Leviticus 5:1. Casting down, Caesar bow. It's time to pick up and go. Flee this world, I know that it's more. Cause we kingdom seeking. Yeah, we kingdom reaching. Providing godly solutions to help relieve our people. And you on burn for your constant evil. And this I turn to reign over heathen. The tree of life in the garden, where this here the sequel. Pure gold on our road, reach the 12, cross the globe, and let them know, just like Moses, let us go, serve our God, yeah, our God, and these hours alone, now I'm gone.
You know, and as I said, we be prophesying in the music. This is my favorite group right now. You know? Yeah, right now. This is my favorite group right now.
Follow the Lamb wherever he stands, thanking the Lord well in advance for washing the blood off of my hands, giving me life and a second chance. Must be a man to meet his demands, nuking the dukes, it's all in his plan. Children of God, the stars in the sand, the realest estate, take me to the land, get right, cause it's 20 seconds to midnight. Time to wake up from the sleep and then get in the streets and go harder for this fight. You can die with the dogs and live with the kings, painting the picture, we setting the scene. Jumping that water, it's coming out clean, prophets are back, you know what that means.
This the phenomenon, y'all fell in love with the ambiance. Me and the devil go one-on-one. Bring the bass like a drummer boy. Fire coming for your land. Provoke I got the rap. Yeah, feed me with the bread of life. Got the next in our grasp. Then we twist it and make them feel it. And they gon' feel it. Yeah, this the fulfillment of Daniel's vision. And we gon' reign for sure. And we gon' reign in glory. They tried to change the story, so he come back with the judgment. So
ain't no rest. We gotta pass the test. Get your best. And then you move on to the next. And then you move on to the flex. And then you move on to the kingdom. And then you move on to the freedom. Better finesse on the heathen. We gon' reign. We gon' reign. We gon' reign. We gon' reign. Yeah, we gon' reign. We gon' reign. We gon' reign.
Painting the business so vivid, I know that you feel it, but can't comprehend it. We teaching the scriptures and be quick to live it. They hate the commandments and they trying to live it. We open your mind, you Jacob descendant. We looking to hunt, but right now we fishing. We keeping the pressure on devils, they fall in submission. Hunger for truth, you can call it addiction. Finished. That what the work is. No more pain, no more hurt here. Go to streets on the surface. I want.
Man, if you still asleep after all this and you can't see what's going on in this world, You a fool. And I'ma tell you to your face, you's a fool. Open your eyes and see. They don't love us, no they don't love us. They don't love us, no they don't love us. They don't love us, no they don't love us. They don't love us. Somebody tell them wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Somebody tell them
Open
wake
your
up.
mind to the bigger picture, change your mind frame. 1,000 words in his image, ain't no mind games. Big facts, my testimony. The spirit resting on me. Wrestle with angels, but got Satan trying to press up on me. Cotton field in my view, I'm out here picking for free. Define food, but ain't no chitlins for me. Make it my mission to be that holy seed, cause all they see is a nigga. Royal priest, all I need is a sister. It's true.
Most High, all praises to the Most High. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to another edition of Escaping the Plantation 2.0. I'm your host, Captain Gedaliah. To the right,
Officer Obadiah.
to my far right,
Officer Hosanna.
to my left,
Officer Sarai.
and to my far left.
Officer John.
All praise to the Most High. So first and foremost, brothers, man, don't move. Put it on right back where it was. Put it on right back where it was. First and foremost, brothers and sisters, I wanted to let y'all know Officer Hosanna is in violation. Can we put Officer Hosanna on the? Yeah, he got his bottle on the.
He moved it.
We never do that.
He moved it.
My bad.
He forgot. All pray. How y'all brothers doing, man?
Yes, sir.
Praise to the
Doing
Most
well.
High.
Praise to the Most High. Great weekend, huh?
Great,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
right.
Bricks was put in this weekend.
Brother put a lot of bricks in this weekend. Started off in Monroe, Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir.
How was it?
Great. We had a good time. It was great to see, and I just want to bring up this little point about we didn't see no flyers on the ground.
Wow.
When we left. No flyers. You know, usually when we do something, it's a line of flyers. You can just follow them wherever the people going. But this time, no flyers. People were hungry.
Hungry for the
out
word.
of more than 5,000 flies, I think.
Right.
Where were y'all?
I forgot which street, but we was in Monroe, in the heart of Monroe.
Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe, Louisiana.
Black
Okay.
Heritage Festival Parade.
And the people were receptive.
They were receptive.
All praise. So what y'all do yesterday? Because I was out of town.
Yesterday we went to Lafayette, Louisiana, to another African American heritage parade. Which, you know, and don't get me wrong, they mash these names, but it's really
Right.
Mardi Gras.
Right.
But we met the people. We was able to talk to some people, pass out a few flyers, and show the people discipline, that we're in the same spirit and the same mind.
So shout out to Captain Shim.
Yes, sir.
Captain Shim from IUIC New Orleans came down with the brothers and led y'all in the march. Shout out to our brothers from Dallas, Arkansas, Shreveport, New Orleans. All the brothers that came down to go to war, which you might have been on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
And a lot of brothers come down Saturday and Sunday. So
Right. Baton Rouge.
all praise to the Most High. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Shout out to Officer Solomon and Officer Yohanan and Officer Shemariah.
That's
my brothers down there. So shout out to all you men, man, that's putting in work. And shout out to Captain Hananiah and Captain Zakai, Captain Gad, Captain Benaiah, and the rest of the mighty men out there in South Carolina, Sacramento, Oakland area. They went to war this past weekend. Deacon Laba, the Hammer was there.
Right.
Praise to the Most High. That was beautiful. So, you know, shout out to all our brothers, man, putting in mighty works across the world. All praise to the Most High. So, hey, man, all praise to the Most High. Let's go ahead and start out with that first script. We got a good show for y'all today, man. I want y'all to see the thumbnail real quick. Hey, listen, we going in today. We're going to go into the origin of American wealth. How they get that bag? How they get that money? That's a nice thumbnail, too. Also, Baraka made that thumbnail. Brother's ultra talented. And he's single, ladies.
Uh-oh.
Bring it out.
If you single, and you in the spirit. If you single and you in the spirit. They hooking up our brother with no Jezebel, so you better have your spirit right. That's right. You step to the prophet. You hear me? All right, all praise to the Most High. So we got that out the way. So let's read that first script right quick.
Yes, sir. The book of Psalm, chapter 71 and verse 2. Deliver me in thy righteousness, and cause me to escape. Incline thine ear unto me, and save me.
So that's what we do every single show on Escaping Plantation. We open up with that scripture there to show our people, hey, listen, we are trying to have the Lord cause us to escape by his righteousness, not by our own, because we know our righteousness is what? Filthy rags. All right, don't mean nothing. All right, it's all about the Lord and him having mercy on us, and through us rehearsing the righteous acts, because some things that we don't know that we may be doing or that we're not doing, that the Lord gonna reveal to us on that day when we meet him face to face. we ask the Lord to deliver us in what we had. That's why he said, hold fast to that which you have until I come.
Right.
Okay, so we just going to hold fast with what we know until Christ comes.
Right.
And then he'll work out any kinks or whatever need to be worked out at that time. We just hoping to make it. So we ask the Lord to allow us to escape this plantation that we on. That's why we named the show Escaping the Plantation 2.0.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all ready for this?
We ready.
Hey, let's go into the righteous rant of the day. Now, listen. Yesterday, all praise the Most High, I was honored to be on Patient Saints Radio,
Right.
With Bishop Kanai and Deacon Malachi and all the mighty captains that were in town. Mother Shamara, Mother Paya. You understand? It's all praise the Most High. Right. It was going down. It was a star-studded show yesterday. Honored to be a part of it, and it was a video I wanted to show. And towards the end of the show was going down. I was afraid that something might happen, so I was like, I don't want to mess up Patient Saints. But we want to smoke today. So we're going to go ahead and play it here on Escaping the Plantation 2.0. This goes into a little bit what we were talking about yesterday toward the end of PSR regarding the end of the world prophecies and so on and so forth. So let's show this righteous rant today. All right, let's do it. Let's go right into it.
Esteemed members of the cooperative, world leaders, tech giants, media moguls, and cultural influencers. The rumors you've heard are true. My name is Michael Langdon, and I am the Antichrist. Humanity is at a crossroads. The world as it is today, the poverty, the hunger, the greed and war, it's no longer sustainable. The time has come to wipe the slate clean. Friends, it's time for the apocalypse. I understand your trepidation. But let me remind you that you are here because of the gifts bestowed upon you by my Father. In return, you gave him your immortal souls. He owns you. Therefore, I own you. We speak with one voice, and my demands are his. Now, as you'll see from the handy guide provided by my associate, I do not intend to leave you and your families to die. When fire rains down on the unwashed masses, you and your families will be safely squirreled away in a network of luxury fallout shelters. You already have the resources. You just bought land on New Zealand's South Island. You own half of Bora Bora. The bunker underneath your ranch in Texas could easily fit 20 people. With a little construction and some retrofitting, these sites will make the perfect outposts to ride out the end of the world. And with the admission price of $100 million, only the worthy will gain admission. Turn to page 6, section 1. Outpost.
So that's from a show called American Horror Story. This is one of my favorite seasons. I used to watch this show. This is one of my favorite seasons. This season was called The Apocalypse. And as you can see, they were, that's what he's supposed to be Satan's son, the Antichrist, which we know there are many Antichrists. Right. But if you don't know the Bible, then you'll watch that and be like, oh, he's the Antichrist. But he is Edomite. Yeah, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, the spirit of Satan is in Esau.
The devil!
Esau is their father. You understand? But what he's going into is he's going into the apocalypse, right? They know that they have but a short time left. Could you give me that? Revelation 12 and 12?
Yes, sir.
They know that they have but a short time left. They understand this.
Right.
You unrepentant Israelites don't understand this. That's why you still caught up in Christianity, speaking stupid. You understand? Revelation 12:12. Come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Go ahead.
And of the sea.
Come on.
For the devil is come down unto you.
For the devil has come down unto you. Go ahead.
Having great wrath.
Having great wrath. Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. That's what this whole video is about.
Right.
They know they got a short time. They put it in their movies. Right. They let you know what it is. Right? He started going into basically how the apocalypse is coming. My father then gave y'all a lot.
Right.
But your family gonna survive. But I need y'all to go ahead and prepare yourselves for what's coming. Right? We're gonna need your bunkers to be reconstructed and so on and so forth to prepare y'all. And for $100 million, each one of y'all pay $100 million, you can get in. Now, what the hell $100 million gonna do when it's about to be an apocalypse? Does that make any sense?
No. Hell no.
But that's the mindset of these folks. They think that they can buy their way. Right? Give me that in Zephaniah 1 and verse 15. Yes, sir. They think that they can buy their way out of the pending destruction that's coming from the Most High God. And you cannot. You will not escape.
You know that crazy white man think he know everything.
Think he know everything. Give me that real quick.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
Go ahead.
A day of wasteness and desolation.
Damn, go ahead.
A day of darkness and gloominess.
So that's going into this apocalypse or Armageddon. You understand? Go ahead.
A day of clouds and thick darkness.
Go ahead.
A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities.
Go ahead.
And against the high tower.
Come on, watch this.
And I will bring distress.
Let's say the fenced cities is going into America. Right. America's a fenced city. How we know it's a fenced city? Remember Bishop showed that video the other day with the Edomites talking about we got the F-35, we got the F-35.
Right.
To hell with all that. That's nothing. Your chariots are man, they not God.
Right.
The Lord's chariot is spirit. How you gonna? You can't face that.
Right.
You see where he shot a nuclear bomb and the chariot come out of nowhere, and now this nuclear bomb moving 1,000 miles per hour. Right. The chariot playing around with the bomb. Right. He said, "I'll let you get almost where you're gonna get into. Doop, shoot you down. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't match that. You understand? But they think they can match that. They got a rude awakening coming. Right. You understand? Read it again.
Yes, sir. A day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities.
Against the fenced cities. Go ahead. Watch this.
And against the high towers.
Go ahead. Watch this.
And I will bring distress upon men.
Go ahead.
That they shall walk like blind men.
Go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
You know what I mean? Like they gonna walk like blind men. Think about that, man. What they mean walk like blind? You looking for cover. Right. Say, wait, okay, I don't know where I'm going, man. It's gonna be so much dust and smoke and debris and darkness and fire and oil and come on, man. All that stuff gonna come down at once. You understand? Go ahead.
And their blood shall be poured out as dust.
Go ahead.
And their flesh as dung.
Watch this. Come on.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
So you paid $100 million like he was talking about to get admitted. That ain't going to save you in the day of the Lord's wrath. No way. Go ahead.
But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
The whole land is talking about the whole land of the United States of America. You understand? Destined to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. That's the whole land. Go ahead. Watch this.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
And everybody that dwell in this land that don't keep the commandments, the Bible says he's going to make a what?
Speedy riddance.
He's going to get rid of you speedily. You understand? It's going to be what the Bible say, 1 hour.
Right.
That ain't nothing. That's 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, everything that they done built in 400 years is going to be destroyed. Over 400 years. 1776, they became a nation, right?
Right.
1776 to now, which is what, 279 years, somewhere, I don't know the math, but it's over with for it.
Right.
It's done. The Most High is going to destroy it with thermonuclear fire, and he's going to make a speedy riddance. Now, the white man, in his mind, he said, well, I got money, somehow I'm going to save it. No, you're not. He said, well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to be saved. My bank account may be destroyed, but this underground bunker that I paid for ain't going to be destroyed. Oh, really?
Wrong.
Oh, okay. Get Isaiah 2:19. Yes, sir. You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
It was some stuff that he set up in there, some heavy stuff.
Right.
He said some of you are media moguls.
Right.
So that's the Amalek. You understand? He started going into how some of you are cultural influencer. That's your TikTok famous people, all that stuff like that, that's making money, that's making all these type of things going on. Music industry executives, stuff like that. They think they going to survive this. They in the room with Esau and Satan. You understand? And he telling them, look, y'all gonna make it through this.
He making promises.
Trust
to
me.
him. He lying.
He lying to him. He got them trusting in their uncertain riches.
Right.
Right? Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 2 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth
Go ahead.
for fear of the Lord.
You see that? They're going to run from the fear of the Lord because they're going to realize we didn't plan this. We didn't plan this. Because remember, the Bible said they're going to come upon thee suddenly. They they were confederate, they will bring thee even to the border. That's war. They're going to bring war to them unexpectedly. Right. Because they're going to say peace and safety, and they say sudden destruction coming. Right. So they don't know exactly when this is happening. So it said when they realize that it's happening, it said they're going to do what? Read again.
And they shall go into the holes of the rocks.
Go ahead.
And into the caves of the earth
Go
for
ahead.
fear of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And for the glory of his majesty.
And for the glory of his majesty, go ahead, watch.
When he ariseth to shake terribly the earth.
The speedy riddance. Go ahead.
In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats.
Go ahead.
To go into the clefts of the rocks.
So they're going to throw all their money away. Right. They're going to say, the hell with this Gucci, Louis. Right. To hell with that. We need to go down into them holes. Baby, leave everything that you got. To hell with all. I know I spent a lot of money on that. You ever seen the movie 2012?
Yes, sir.
Remember at the end of the movie when they was out, he tried to take his cars with him. His car started falling out the plane, getting crushed, all that. It ain't nothing going to be able to survive them in that day. All the laps of luxury that you done had in this society, it's all over. It's finished. It's done. When the Most High sent his son, Jesus the Christ, it's a wrap for you.
Right. And you know who else this is for, Cap? This is for black Christians in the church that pay their tithes every Sunday.
Oh, they going to get it. Oh, you going to get it. Read that for me.
To go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks.
Damn, into the tops of the ragged rocks. Go ahead.
For fear of the Lord.
Because it's going to be for fear of the Most High God. They're going to realize, whoa, this is God. Because when people see destruction, what they say, oh, my God.
Right.
First thing you call, oh, my God, Lord Jesus. Read.
And for the glory of his majesty.
And for the glory of his majesty. Come on.
When he arises to shake terribly the earth.
Read.
Cease ye from man whose breath is in his nostrils.
Go ahead.
For wherein is he to be accounted of?
It said, wherein is he to be accounted of? Where he at?
Right.
Where that white man that used to talk all that crap about him, you know what I'm saying, the F-16, the F-15, where they go at? You know what I'm saying? We say on ATL, he said, where? I said, damn, where she go at? You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what he's saying. That's what the Bible's saying right here. So all that pride and all that stuff they trying to do, man, it's going to be a wrap for them folk, bro. Rap. Go ahead. Somebody, what do y'all got something?
Hey, Cap. That space station they got up there ain't going to save them either. They gonna be
hell no. That's
gonna
be
the first ones.
Hey, get that Revelation 6:13.
Hey, that remind me of another series on Deacon S. I spoke of years ago. It's called Dark, where they go back in time to try to stop the inevitable, which is the end of the world, basically.
Right.
And they basically just end up sleeping with each other, coming back. They once was mothers and fathers, now they brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
at the end of the show, it end up happening anyway.
Right. All praise to the Most High. Somebody said that's a delusion. Skin color will save you. Shut up. We got people amongst us that look white. They look like Edomites. Wow. But they Israel. Wow. It's about bloodline, sister. Go ahead, read that from Revelation 6:13.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 13.
God's going to save you.
And
No.
the star.
Shut up. Read that for me.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth.
That's that space station you just talking about. That's them stars of heaven, them satellites, space station, everything they try to do up there is all coming crashing down. You understand? Go ahead.
Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Remember, he said the Lord gonna come and do what? Shake the earth. When he shake the earth, it's gonna be felt everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere, even everything that's surrounding the earth. I'm telling you, when Christ and the angels come, brothers, it ain't gonna be pretty.
No. Message.
You understand? It's gonna be the worst thing mankind has ever seen. The Bible says in Daniel chapter 12 that it's gonna be like no other time that has ever been on the earth, bro. Right. You understand? Like you've never seen this. Remember, Habakkuk said, "Man, I hope I'm dead."
Right.
I ain't trying to feel that wrath. When I heard, my belly trembled.
Right.
Rottenness into my bone. The brother said, I got sick to my stomach. Afraid of fear. You ever been so scared you was sick to your stomach? I ain't never been that scared. For real. I've never had that type of fear in me to make me want to vomit.
Right.
That was basically what he's saying. Like, my stomach hurt. I'm going to vomit. If you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real deal sickness right there. So this ain't nothing to play with. So that space station coming down. Okay? Read the next verse.
Yes, sir. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Give me the bomb. Give me the bomb. It's over with. That's a little C4. You know, we want thermonuclear, but it's all right. Go ahead.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Go ahead.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Every mountain and every island is going to be moved out of its place. Ain't no way you running. No, I'm going to run to Jamaica. What? The Chinese man down there running that. Right. I'm going to Trinidad. What?
Stop it.
Elon down there running that. I'm going to Guyana. Elon running that. Okay, I'm going to go to St. Tomé on the side of, bro, I'm going to Madagascar. No, you ain't nowhere you going. You ain't going nowhere. Wherever you go, it don't matter. This judgment gonna shake this whole planet. This whole planet.
That's right.
That mean if the whole planet gonna be shaking, that's remind me of like Dragon Ball Z. You know how Dragon Ball Z they get to fighting like them high powered.
Yeah.
When they get to fight in the cave the when they set their foot on the ground and start caving in, thunder and lightning bolts start coming out of nowhere. It's like complete destruction around them. You talking about that on a worldwide scale, bro? You know how big the earth is? Christ, the Bible said Christ got horns in his hand. He got to measure his power. If he bring too much power, he going to destroy this place.
Right.
Because he got the power to destroy it. He created it.
Got to hold back some.
Right. Got to hold back his power from that thing. So the Bible say every mountain is going to be moved out of its place. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth.
That's what we just saw in that video. Go back to that video real quick. You don't have to play it, but I just want to show you all them sitting down in their little Illuminati garb and all that stuff like that. Watch this. Go back to it. There you go right there. So you got Satan sitting in the middle, meeting with all these leaders, religious leaders, pastors, popes. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Rappers, and a couple of them. Then you got the Bilderbergs. You got the Bushes. You got the Rockefellers. Bill Gates. Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk. All them sitting up in there. That's what this is right here.
Right.
They all sitting up there trying to figure out how we're going to save. Remember Elon Musk said we need to go to Mars.
Right.
Because it's going to be another dark ages. Right. In other words, them niggas going to run this place.
Right.
We might well go and get on down. Maybe we can start some up there in Mars and then figure out how to create life and then we can come back and fight them later because it's going to be their earth. I'm telling you that right now. Without saying that in so many words.
Right.
That's what he said. All right? So the rich, read it again, what did it say?
Go
back to the video.
You ready?
Yep, go back to the video. All right, play it. Let me read it.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens, and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
That's how you know that the book of Isaiah and the book of Revelation go hand in hand.
Right.
John just saw more in depth to what, or sometimes vice versa. Sometimes Isaiah saw more than what John saw. But when you read Isaiah, you read Revelation and vice versa. It's like, it's crazy. You go precept upon precept. You're like, dang, there's a lot of stuff the Lord showed Isaiah. He was considered a major prophet.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
Go ahead.
And from the wrath of the Lamb.
And from the wrath of the Lamb, because his son coming too. Go ahead.
For the great day of his wrath is come. And who shall be able to stand?
And who is going to survive America? Very few Negroes, no crackers at
all.
That's
right.
All right, that's what the Bible say. You have something you want to say?
Get the script real fast. Go along with that. Give me Jeremiah 16:16.
Yes, sir.
Don't turn us down. Now stay up.
This is good. This is good. This is good stuff.
The book of Jeremiah.
They're going to be in them holes in the mountains, right?
Right.
All right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6.
They're going to be safe in them holes, right? That's what he told them.
That's what he said. He said, y'all going to be good. You and your family going to be all right.
Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Right.
And after will I send for many hunters.
He going to send for what?
Many hunters.
What them hunters going to do?
And they shall hunt them from every mountain.
From every mountain?
And from every hill.
Every hill?
And out of the holes of the rocks.
Come out of them holes. Y'all come on. Esau, come out them holes right now. Come on out of that hole.
It ain't going to be no coming out. We going to rip the door off that thing.
Ain't asking no question.
For real. I'm telling you, we going to have x-ray vision. We going to see right through that damn hole. There you go, right there. And we're going to stick our arm in there and pull his ass out.
Having that like Goku, like instant transmission. Like he didn't even have to touch the door. He could just do his hand like this.
Right.
And
Come
pop
up out of there. Pop up out that
Just
jump.
pop up in that jump.
For real.
Oh, you want to come out? Here we come.
Yeah.
We coming up in there.
Right,
You understand?
right,
We moving
right,
in. Sit right on the couch next to you. And you going down. You understand? I'll pray to the Lord. That's what's going down. I'm telling you.
Yes,
that's what the
sir.
Bible say. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe it. So I'll pray to the Most High. Hunters, get them.
That's right.
You understand? That's what's going to happen. I'll pray to the Most High. So, hey, that's the righteous rant of the day, man. We're going to go and jump into the show here in just a minute after this quick commercial break. Make sure y'all stay in tune with Escaping the Plantation 2.0.
Jariah be jamming.
Yeah, that purple be a problem, they don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek, yeah, we fight back. We keep the law, we teach the law, they don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes, they don't like that. Hit the streets to bring it out, they don't like that. No count, we ain't lying, we ain't fly, yeah. A roaring lion crouching down, they don't like that. The tribe of Judah, watch us do this, we gon' fight back. Yeah, your pastor know we lying, talking about he know the scriptures like a butcher, so I keep a knife. I pull it out and cut him with his wartime and spiritual. Praying for my son and them, praying for my aunties and my uncles and my cousin them, praying for my brother. We grew up on the west side, walking in the dark, sweating a blade with a flashlight, trying not to step on a needle or a crack pipe. Watching every step, it's like I'm walking on thin ice. Inhale, exhale, breathing out the breath of life. It's law we gon' keep. Yeah, I know that's what you don't like. Gotta hold it down, hold it line, keep my boots strapped, so I keep my boot on their neck like a necktie. Yeah, that purple be a problem, they don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek, yeah, we fight back. We keep the law, we teach the law, they don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes, they don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem, they don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek, yeah, we like that. We keep the law, we teach the law, they don't like that. Waking up the 12 tribes, they don't like that. He's striving to be a better man, they don't like that. Taking care of his wife and kids, they don't like that. So we got boots on the ground, they don't like that. Tearing Babylon the great
All
down,
praise to the Most High. That's that Ben Zion Judah.
Yes, sir.
Mighty Captain Ben Zion. All praise to the Most High. That purpose be a problem. They don't like that.
That's
all
right.
Praise to the Most High. Sheesh. Whole album fire. All
That
praise
thing
to the
fire.
Most High. That thing like a mixture of some of that old school Memphis rap. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Along with some, with the scriptures, obviously, and it's meshed together to perfection. All praise. So shout out to Captain Ben Zion, man. Ben Zion Judah. Make sure y'all get that album, Purple Problem. So, hey, we back. We're going to go ahead and jump into our show today. The name of the show today is The Origin of American Wealth. How they get their money? How they get their bread, man? We're going to get into it right here, right now. So, hey, let's go to that first, what I had, an article, I believe, or video. Forgot what I had first. Just pull it up. Yep, right there. So, hold on. Was that what I had first? Nope, I had the Indian Removal Act. That was what I had first. So I want to show you, first and foremost, before any major company, major corporation, anything, before they're able to establish any type of business, they have to establish the land that they're going to build the business on.
Right.
America's a business, you understand? And in order for America to get their business started, they had to take the land. You understand? They had to take land for themselves. And that's what they did to our brethren, the Native American Indians, which are the tribe of Gad.
Right.
That's right.
Now, let's show this real quick. Pull up the Indian Removal Act of 1830. I put the thing in there earlier. I thought I put it in there. I did put it in there. Now they can't find it. Mm-hmm. It should be number... Okay, I did put it in there, but maybe I didn't at y'all. My bad. I thought didn't I put the Indian Removal Act in there?
I thought I saw it.
Yeah, somebody pull it up for me. Yep, here you go right here. All right, put y'all in there. There you go right there. Yeah, pull it up for me real quick. So the so-called white man, he had his eyes on Jerusalem. You understand? He had his eyes on every land that the Israelites owned, in particular Jerusalem. And then when the northern kingdom came to this side of the earth, he had his eyes on this side of the earth as well. Okay, so let's pull up the Indian Removal Act of 1830. The significant thing about this is, give me Habakkuk 1 and 6 real quick while you wait on them to pull it up.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Yes, sir. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation.
Yeah, bitter and hasty nation. Go ahead.
Which shall march through the breadth of the land
Uh-huh.
to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
So they came to this land and they marched through it and they surveyed it and they realized, man, this land is far. This land is high north, high. This is some beautiful land these folks got over here.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot what the movie was. A movie or either it was a series where they were sitting down with Gad and they said, yeah, we're going to give you a portion of land. He said, what you mean we're going to give you a portion of land? It's already our land.
Right.
He said, well, no, that belongs to the United States government. He said, did they pay for it? Did they buy it? What you talking about? It belongs to them. No, this is our land. You understand? And, of course, they slaughtered them after that, like they always do. So in order for them to establish the business known as America, to be able to establish wealth for them and their ancestors that will come after them, they had to find a landscape to build that foundation on, all right? So let's pull this up real quick. This is the Indian Removal Act of 1830. Let's read that.
Yes, sir. The Indian Removal Act. The Indian Removal Act was signed into law by President Andrew Jackson on May 28, 1830, authorizing the president to grant unsettled lands west of the Mississippi in exchange for Indian lands within existing state borders.
Now, let's read that again. Authorizing what?
Excuse me.
Come on, man.
Authorizing the president to grant unsettled lands west of the Mississippi.
So he said unsettled lands. That means when no white folks said.
Right.
Because there was already people living there. And they had a civilization. Remember, we shown it in research in time past. Gad wasn't just living in no teepees.
Right.
Gad had just like Montezumos and all our brethren, the so-called Aztecs, the so-called Mayans, Incas, they had civilizations over here. Mm-hmm. Some of the most vast civilizations that a white man has ever seen. That's why he came over. He said, how y'all do all this? Y'all ain't got no guns. Y'all ain't got, how y'all do this? You understand that? Remember, we built the pyramids.
Right.
Gad was there when the pyramids was built. Just like Issachar, Naphtali, Zebulun, they was all there when the pyramids was built, bro. Our ancestors knew what they were doing. That's why you find pyramids all throughout Mexico, all throughout South America. You understand? Our people always been great. You understand?
They had things such as floating gardens. They were so talented over here. So how did they become so low to where they only built teepees?
When they say unsettled, they mean it wasn't no sickness and disease there because they had to bring it. They nasty. Go ahead, read it in. Authorizing
The president to grant unsettled lands west of the Mississippi in exchange for Indian lands within existing state borders.
Go ahead.
A few tribes went peacefully, but many resisted the relocation policy.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you resist? Right. Why would you just sit there and just let them take what's not? Come on, they came here. You come here. We feed you. We show you how to survive. We show you how to bathe, how to trim your damn hair and your beard. And then now all of a sudden you're going to come in and you're going to tell us, oh, yeah, appreciate everything you did for me.
Right.
But we're going to need y'all to leave this premises. What the hell is this?
Ain't no way.
No. We fight back. You understand? That's what our ancestors did. Go ahead.
During the fall and winter of 1838 and 1839,
Go ahead.
the Cherokees were forcibly moved west by the United States government. Approximately 4,000 Cherokees died on this fourth march, which became known as the Trail of Tears.
So they came and got the Cherokees and forced them to leave Florida, parts of Georgia. Right. You understand? That's how Esau got Miami. That's how Esau got Orlando, all these places we know today. Parts of Georgia, that's how they got it, through the Trail of Tears. They made our brethren and our sisters move. That's why the Bible said they marched through the breadth of the land to claim, what did it say in Habakkuk? To take that which is not theirs.
Habakkuk 1 verse 6. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation.
The Chaldeans going into Esau. And if an apologist don't believe that, to hell with you. We don't care.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding.
We don't care if you don't believe that. Right. To hell with you. You understand? We don't believe white Jesus. We don't believe in Christmas. We don't believe you're going to be saved.
How about that?
So how about that? And you can't prove you're going to be saved. So shut up. Now read that again for me. I got pissed off at these folks. I was trying to say something about your guys are misinterpreting. You don't know the Bible. It ain't your book. We're not going back and forth with you. Die. You understand? Go ahead. Read that for me.
Habakkuk 1 and verse 6. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation.
That bitter and hasty nation. Go ahead. That's going into Esau, Edom. Read.
Which shall march through the breadth of the land.
March through the breadth of the land. Go ahead.
to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
And they did that so they can possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. That ain't their land. But they took that land. This is the spirit in this man. He just take whatever he want.
Right.
And he do it through war and bloodshed. And the only reason he's able to do that at this particular time is because God allotted him a time to rule. Remember, the scriptures can't be broken.
Right.
The Lord said that the so-called white man was going to have to rise up in power. Remember, he said that he was going to break the yoke off of Jacob's yoke off his neck. That happened during the time of kings.
Right.
When they broke away from being under tribute to King David. And then eventually after that time after time, they joined themselves with the Babylonians. You understand that? They stood by and tried to join themselves with the Persians. Remember how Haman was a Amalekite. Right. And then after that, they became known as the Greeks. And they tried to take over Greek power, tried to take over Persia, couldn't do it. Then the Greeks finally came in power, then Rome, and then now what we see today.
Right.
And that's how they became vast and a hasty nation. Go ahead, you had something? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Just a real quick script. Can I get Job 24?
Yeah. It better be right. When we pulling on stuff, you don't know what you talking about. I got to mess with him, make sure he's studying. Go ahead, Job.
Oh, praise. Read that. Job 24 and 2.
The book of Job, chapter 24 and verse 2.
This is what they do. This is the white man in a nutshell, especially as it comes down to dealing with our brothers and sisters, the Native American Indians, so-called, or the tribe of Gad. Read that.
It's a good precept.
Job 24, verse 2. Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof.
So that's what they did. They came over here. They destroyed entire civilizations. It says some removed the landmarks. Entire landmarks. You wouldn't even know Gad was there at this day and age. And now they've relocated them to what they call reservations. It ain't nothing but the projects, the hood, just another term for it. They even if they didn't remove certain things, they hide these things from our people. Like they found the Ten Commandments in Hebrew.
Right.
Over here in New Mexico, they call it the Los Lunas Decalogue.
Right.
Deca mean 10.
Break it out.
In Hebrew.
Right.
They hide these things, remove the landmarks, right? And it says they violently take away flocks. That's what they did. They cut our people off from their food source, their water source. Like you bring out also with those gardens and the different irrigation system they set up. All that's gone, done for. And it says, and feed thereof. They benefit off of what our people had already set up and take these things away violently.
Damn, that's fire right there, man. All praise. Hey, keep reading. That's a good precept.
The book of Job, chapter 24 and verse 3.
Stop reading the scriptures. Would you stay with the scriptures, please? Come on, man. I'm getting on everybody today. Come on, man. Shame.
They drive away the ass of the fatherless.
This man started trying to precept what you going. No, we don't need you to do that. Stay where you at, man. That man to go to Genesis, Revelation. He got 5 precepts pulled. He done lost the one you still on. Please, read that for me, please. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge.
So it said they drive away the ass of the fatherless. Why are those people fatherless? Because you took the land, and when you took the land, their father said, look, we ain't finna just let you take this, and you killed them.
Right.
Now their sons who the inheritance of those what it said, the inheritance of those asses and those oxes are supposed to go to, then you take that from them. They kids that they're left behind after you killed them. I don't know if you remember in the movie Django. Remember, they were sitting up on top of there, and it was Edomite boy, and his dad was out there pushing they was plowing the field.
That's right.
And Django shot him. Pow! Remember that? He paw. Remember the little Edomite boy? But I saw that, and even though it was Esau, I still felt that like, damn, imagine your daddy dying right there in front of you because somebody wanted to take his land from him, and they put him to death.
Right.
Same thing on the Butler. Remember when they killed the little boy daddy right there in front of him? Right. The little boy that grew up to eventually be Forrest Whitaker. Remember they came and shot David Banner right there in front of him? Raped his mama and then killed his daddy right there in front of him. And the Edomite woman, she thinks she's doing him a favor by saying, you're going to be a house nigga now. I'm going to show you how to be a house nigga. How they supposed to make him feel better? Right. He just like, because Mariah Carey never came out of there. No. Then she did come out of there. I think she had went crazy. After her daddy died and she had just got raped, she was just messed up. So his whole life was jacked the hell up, bro. You understand? Now, that's what we reading right there. So that's a good precept there, Officer Soraya. I'll praise to the Most High. So moving on from there, watch this. Go to the next one. So show me those images real quick. So we saw the Indian Removal Act. So this was Esau's plot to remove people from the land so that they can eventually come in and establish shop or set up shop right there on the land. Now this is what happened, right? So to the Indians that they were not killed, this is what happened to them. They became assimilated. You see right there on the left-hand side? The young man has his tribal dress on, got his fringes at the bottom. When I say tribal dress, I mean dress code. The beads and the long hair. They embrace their culture. They embrace who they were, right? Then on the right-hand side, you see him as a short-haired, he got on the uniform like Esau, you understand, and the boots. They turned him. They used to have a saying called, what did it say?
Kill the
Indian, save the man. Kill the Indian, save the man. Meaning what? To destroy him. Give me that Jeremiah 17:4. Assimilation. That's what they wanted. Go to the next picture.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
This is what we're looking at on the screen right here. Keep reading.
And thou, even thyself,
go ahead,
shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Zoom in on that. So it said you're going to discontinue from your heritage. Look at these young girls. And look at these young, is some boys in there? No, it's just straight girls. Look at all those young girls. Now look what they wearing. They dress like old Edomite maids, right? From the 1800s and the 1700s. And look who they're sitting next to them. Right. Your old nuns. Look at them nuns. Don't they all look demonic? Look at them.
Yeah.
Golly. Woo, look at that one in the middle. That one in the middle look like something you see on one of them horrors.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, right, yeah.
Right. That's
you can tell a lot of people destroy. You see the little girl right there, the one on the end at the bottom? She's just looking down. She just gave up. She done.
She messed up.
Look how they did Gad, man. Go to the other side. Look at them other nuns. That one in the middle, a man.
I thought that was man too, Cap.
Sheesh. Look at that right there. he started laughing. Look at that, man.
Conjuring.
This is sick.
Those Christian missionaries, they brought wives with them. They brought women with them. Right. You understand that, to continue on, because they knew, they said, look, we got to have somebody to teach the little girls. Mm-hmm. So they set their women up to teach the little girls, man. Destroy us. Go to the next one. So the Bible says, what? Read again.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Go ahead.
That I gave thee.
Look at that Edomite on the end. You're going to discontinue from your heritage that I gave thee. Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Come on.
And the land which thou knowest not.
Read.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
For you kindled a fire in my anger. Go ahead.
Which shall burn forever.
Which shall what?
Burn forever.
Which shall burn forever. You see that?
Right.
That's that destruction right there that happened. Look at this. They put us in these schools and they assimilated us. Now, Gad didn't look nothing like that. Gad had long hair. Gad wore their tribal war garments.
Right.
Raising up chief princes. You understand? They had a culture, right? They had their own way of life, their own way of doing things. Esau said, look, it ain't smart for us to get rid of all of them. Let's not kill them all. Right. Let's assimilate some of them. We can use them. Right. You understand? Look at that. Look what they did to him. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at that. And that's how Gad look now. Gad look like that now. Go ahead. And this is what they did to him. Cut their hands off, killed the babies. Look. Go ahead. Look at it. That's what they did to our brothers and us. This is how they did it. They had to come and establish everything. You ever see when somebody come in, when a new business or a new factory is being built? First you see trees. Next thing you know, you see bulldozers. Right. Bulldozers start knocking the trees down, forming the land, structuring the land to fit whatever it is they build. Look what they doing to them. Look, stabbing them. Look at that. Look, this is what happened. This is what they did to our brothers and our sisters so they could take their land from them. Go ahead. Look at this. Bloodshed. Straight bloodshed. That's what they did.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
That's what they did to establish their business called America. Look at that. We helping them on one side. They feeding us Thanksgiving dinner. And on the other side, they putting us to death. Go ahead. Look, Thanksgiving dinner, they praying over it in white Jesus' name. We sitting over in the background on the ground. Look at this. Nasty demons. Look at us. Look at us sitting. Look at the chiefs in the background back there sitting down. And they over there talking about, I could take one of their heads off with one stroke of the axe. And they all laughing about it. Hee hee. We ain't know what the hell was going on. Go ahead.
A little ugly baby over there.
Right. Big head ass baby. Look at that. They come on, look, they coming on those ships. You understand? Coming for our people. Now our brothers, they had no idea what was coming for them. Go ahead. So this is how America started. This is how it started right here. Before they was trading and doing all that, they had to come over here and set up shop. They had to come over here and establish their enterprise.
Right.
What they say,
you understand?
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Right. Absolutely. Now go back real quick. Go back real quick to that picture right there. The picture you just showed. Right. I want to show you something. So zoom in on this picture real quick. So you see them coming in droves now. So at first it wasn't as many of them. Now they coming. You understand? They coming in droves. Right. By the hundreds now. Settlers, you understand, calling to their brothers, saying, hey, come, join us over here. Look what we doing. Give me the land for a prey. It's Ezekiel 36:5. Pull it back up. Pull it back up. Ezekiel 36, verse 5. Watch this.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5.
Listen to this.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen. And against all Idumea.
Against all Idumea. Go ahead.
Which have appointed my land into their possession.
Which appointed my land into their possession. Go ahead.
With the joy of all their heart.
With the joy of all their heart. Look how they coming. Look. Right. Look. They joyful. They talking. They got the kids with them. They all dressed up. You understand? Go ahead.
With despiteful minds.
With despiteful mind to do what?
To cast it out for a prey.
That's what you read about when you read about the manifest destiny.
Right.
You read about these various different things, head right, things in which they it was another one that we showed. What, huh?
The encomiendas.
Right. That's a papal bull, but I'm talking about it was something that we showed last week. Hold on a second. Let me post it up here. I think I posted it already, but let me post it again. It was another I just don't want to have the terminology wrong. I forgot exactly what it was. It escapes me at the moment. But, yeah, show this one right here. Show that right there to what I just posted up there. So this goes right here. We're just saying, what's that with despiteful minds to do what?
To cast it out for a prey.
To give it away to their own brothers. That's what it means, cast it out as a prey. So other brothers and sisters of their race could come in here and benefit off the land. Say, look, come join us.
Right, right.
You understand? It's wealth to be got over here. It's land to be gotten over here. Pull that up for me real quick that I just posted in the group. I put a 3 by it. Watch this. Officer Brook here. Shout out to Officer Brook, IUIC Jackson. He found this little thing about, the 8 times that the U.S. government basically helped white people. You understand? Make sure that they benefited. You got it? Yep, that's it right there.
Yes, sir.
Pull it for me real quick. Homestead, that's it.
Yes, sir.
Zoom in. Homestead
The
Act.
1862 Homestead Act.
Yep.
This act gave away an overwhelming number of acreage to white settlers out west. Land that had been previously settled by Native Americans.
But remember, the 1830 Indian Removal Act was to remove them and give that land to settlers in the West, but it wasn't really fully established all the way until 1862, 30 years later. See, Esau moved calculated.
Right.
Very calculated. You had something you want to say?
No, that's what I was going to say. They sent them that way, and then once they got established, they came and took it.
They took that. Damn. That showed us what the Indian Removal Act said.
They kept pushing.
Wow. Bro, I'm telling you, like, these folks ain't right. And then we're going to act like this history don't exist. Don't teach this history in schools. Go ahead. Watch this. Go back to the Homestead Act.
Yes, sir. According to California Newsreel, nearly 270 million acres of Indian territory was converted to private property for white settlers.
So that's gentrification. Right. That's gentrification.
All over again. It's still happening today.
And then then a Negro will say, Gad ain't Israel.
Come on,
man.
Stop it.
No, them the Israelites, bro. Wake up. Now, what we see as Gad, a lot of the dark-skinned Gad is walking around calling themselves Judah right now.
Yeah.
Because, and especially in Natchez.
Right.
That's one thing we know for sure. In Natchez, Mississippi, they made many Mississippi Gadites had to classify as Negro in order to not be slaughtered.
Right.
Because they said, we're not giving you no land. You too black. You don't look like what an Indian, we said Indian is. You look more Negro, because they knew we were the same people. When they pulled up, they said, hold up, they look like them folks.
Yes.
Over there in Africa, on the west coast of Africa that we talking about subjugating later on.
Right.
During the Spanish Inquisition. That was the same time. The Spanish Inquisition was in the 1400s.
Right.
1441 is when the slave trade actually began. When did Christopher Columbus get here? 1492, sailed the ocean blue.
Right.
You understand? So when they got over here, they said, man, they look just like the people
same people
that's over there. You understand? They knew. And then Christopher Columbus said, Esdras. Let's go read Esdras. Esdras say Arsareth.
Right.
That's where them folks are. That's where them 10 tribes are. So when they got over here, they knew exactly who we were. They said, we could play a trick on them. Some of them have assimilated to themselves amongst the Assyrians, so they got a different look about them. Some have assimilated themselves amongst other nations. They got a different look about them. East Indians and so on and so forth. But majority of them black Negro looking, Negroid with the big nose and the big lips.
Right.
We can just make them classify as Negro. Man, Esau well calculated.
Right.
Don't let this man fool you. So he pushed them to the west, And once he pushed them to the west, he said, look, let's take that too. Ain't that what the Bible speak of, man?
This ain't enough. We need some more.
Hey, he's an Indian giver.
Right.
Remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
They say, oh, you an Indian giver. Give me something, and then you want to take it back, right? That's what Esau did.
He's the definition of it.
He is the Indian giver. But that's what the Bible means when it says, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Because remember, it was 2 lands that was given. Give me that in Ezekiel 35 and 10, so when nobody say, that's just talking about Jerusalem. Now, let's talk about every inheritance the Lord gave the children of Israel. 2 main inheritance. Come on.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these 2 nations and these 2 countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, or as the Lord was there.
What it mean, these 2 countries? What did it say? These 2 nations and these 2 countries? That what it said? The 2 nations is Judah and Israel.
Right.
Southern kingdom, northern kingdom. The 2 countries is the land we know as Jerusalem today, and also the Americas. That was our brethrens. And they stole it from them. Why? To establish their enterprise. To set up shop right here to establish their wealth-building financial system that eventually became known the United States of America. That's what they did. You understand? Now, we got a few more minutes before the top of the hour, which, hey, by the way, we're going to introduce a new segment on the show today. I'm excited about this one. I'll pray.
That's right.
A new segment on the show today. So we're going to start that at the beginning of the 7 o'clock hour every single week. All right, so let's go to some other photos. I think I had some more photos up there, right? Let's go to some more photos. There was some more photos I had up there. It was Arsarith. I want to show Arsarith real quick. This is where America had their eyes on, or the white man had his eyes on. This right here. Look at this. Y'all see that?
Right.
That's what he knew that. Give me that in Revelation 6.
Revelation 6.
In verse 8.
Yes, sir.
Was the 3rd part of the earth. The 4th part of the earth, excuse me. He knew it was something over here, man. Don't let him fool you. The Bible tell you that. Y'all like to discredit the Bible. Y'all love to discredit this book, or try to at least. You can't discredit it, but you try to. This book is the master key to unlocking the depths of all of the evil that has happened on this earth. Watch this, play it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 8. And I looked and behold, a pale horse.
Pale horse, go ahead.
And his name that sat on him was Death.
The name that sat on him was Death, go ahead.
And hell followed with him.
And that Death is talking about Esau Edom on the pale horse. Esau Edom on the pale horse. He is Death. Go ahead. Bishop went over that this past Sabbath. Go ahead.
And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth.
So the power was given unto them the 4th part of the earth, meaning they had to know where it was. How you gonna know you got power? You know, that's like a son not knowing his inheritance. Right. Your daddy left you some money. Well, he told me that when he died. They had it in his will.
Right.
Right. So now this person, these people knew that this was over here on this side of the earth. The Lord made sure it was uncovered unto them. Go ahead.
And power was given unto them
Read.
over the 4th part of the earth to kill.
To kill.
With sword.
That's what they did to Gad.
And with hunger.
That's what they did to northern kingdom. Go ahead.
And with death.
And with death.
And with the beast of the earth.
And that's going into your sicknesses. They came with all kind of sicknesses. You understand? Disease. These folks is wicked and evil as hell, brothers. You understand? And that's what they did. So they knew. Go back to the picture. They knew exactly where this was. Arsarith, the land where the 10 tribes of Israel was sent. That's why they said these 2 countries, these 2 nations and these 2 countries. Don't that sound like the same thing? Nations and countries? Right. Mm-hmm. But nation and country different. Country is the landman. Nation is the race of people. Right. You understand? So that's what they did, bro. That's what they did. That's it on the photos?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, hey, let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll pick up right back here. So we've established the foundation. This is the landmass they had to have to create their wealth. And we're going to dive into it as we begin the 2nd hour on how they was able to establish their wealth. Once they took the land, then they established their wealth, or they established their functioning government and their entire system on top of that foundation of that land that they had to steal, right? And, hey, the cornerstone of wealth is land.
Right, yeah.
And they ain't making no more of it. Right. And that old saying, they ain't making no more of that.
That's all it is.
That's why your granddad, if your granddaddy, your grandmama, your uncles, your aunties ever were to leave you some land, hold on to that. They ain't make one day. If it don't happen in your time, one day they might come to your kids and say, hey, man, we would like to purchase this land for such and such. We'll give you X amount of. Please don't show a men's conference video. Please, brothers. What the hell going on, man? These brothers finna show a men's conference video. And we show the video from the. No, don't show that one. But show something new.
Don't show that one. Don't show that one.
Show something new for us, y'all. Come on.
Yes, sir.
All praise to the Most High. So, yeah, we're going to come right back here on Escaping Plantation 2.0. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with our new segment. All right? Shalom.
Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Listen up, MOB. It's more than just putting on a purple shirt. You showing up, Camp 101, men of valor, studying precepts, getting yourself in shape, keep your mind sharp. We need men out here, boots on the ground. God called you to do this work. If it don't get done, who gonna do it? Accept the call.
Yeah, I'm back from the dead, that a God move. Heard the words of the Lord, he made a God move. Wrap my sinews to my bones and added flesh too. That rule of breath up in my body made a God move. I prophesy and woke the dead, I'm a God too. I'm from a lineage of kings, that's the gospel.
The Most High tells us in Luke 14:23, go to the highway and hedges and compel my people. And these come out the Bible. These ain't my words, these are the words of the Most High God telling us to come out here. So what you see is obedient servants of the Most High. Righteous examples of what we're supposed to be doing. So if you ain't doing it, if you just sitting on the couch watching, guess what? Time to go to the next level. This is what you should be doing.
If I pull up with the prophets, that's a God move.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another edition of Escaping the Plantation 2.0. And we're beginning the second hour of the show, and we are going to introduce a new segment to the show that we're going to do at the beginning of every hour, the second hour of every show. So let's go ahead and pay the intro to that, and then we're going to get ready to dive into this brand new thing. All right? All praise. New segment, Did You Know? Officer Obadiah, it's on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Officer Obadiah, right here in Jackson, Mississippi, and this is the first segment that we're doing, and it's called Did You Know? Did you know? And we're gonna bring out some exciting facts that maybe you hadn't learned about. Maybe the school didn't teach us, or maybe they just left them out on purpose. So we'll pull up that article. We got an article we're gonna pull up, and we're gonna dive right on into it. What we got, bro? Pull it up. All right.
After failing in 1865 to ratify the 13th Amendment, Mississippi finally ratifies it 130 years after its adoption.
130 years Mississippi hadn't ratified. And the word ratified actually means to make it law, to make it law. So going up, we're going to read some more of this article real fast and go into it. Go up. Started after.
Yes, sir. After failing for 130 years to ratify the 13th Amendment.
No, started after Congress. Going down, yeah, right there at the bottom.
After Congress passed the amendment on January 31st, 1865.
So in 1865, Congress they passed it. They amended it. They amended it. Read.
3/4 of the states, 27 out of 36, needed to ratify it before it could become part of the Constitution. Mississippi's economy was built on slavery.
It was what?
Built on slavery.
So they don't want to give it up. The economy built on slavery. They don't want to give it up. Keep reading.
And the state had the largest enslaved population in the country at the start of the Civil War.
So we know that. That's why they didn't want to give it up. So jump down to almost.
Scroll it for me. Almost 130 years later, in 1994,
go ahead.
A clerk in the Texas legislature named Gregory Watson.
So it was a clerk in Texas. He found out about a name Gregory Watson. Thank you, Gregory. We thank you, brother. Thank you, Texas. Go ahead.
Discovered that Mississippi still had not ratified the 13th Amendment. He notified each of the black members of the Mississippi legislature and sent them a draft of a resolution that Mississippi could adopt in order to rectify the situation.
Read.
On March 16th of the next year, the Mississippi legislature reached a largely symbolic vote to unanimously ratify the abolition of slavery in the U.S.
So this is where it gets crazy. So they didn't do it in 1865. Then they found out about it in 1994. Now let's see what happened. Jump down to the last paragraph.
Yes, sir. After the vote, however, Mississippi state officials failed to send the necessary documentation to the Federal Register.
So somebody dropped the ball again. Again, from 1865 to 1994, they dropped the ball again. Keep reading.
So the ratification was not formally filed as required. Nearly 20 years later, in late 2012, 2 Mississippi residents discovered that the ratification was not yet official and notified the Secretary of State. Several weeks later, the required paperwork was filed, and Mississippi's ratification of the 13th Amendment was legally recorded on February 7th, 2013.
So all the way from 1865 to 2000, you can take the article down to 2013, slavery was actually still legal in Mississippi.
Wow.
So it was a lot of people that got caught up in that, and they could legally do that because they never ratified the 13th Amendment. That's sad. Right here in Mississippi.
Right here in Mississippi.
Government was never on our side.
No.
All the voting and the march and all that stuff,
Nothing.
we still.
Right.
Wow.
Hey, remember, imagine what happened between 1865 and 2013 in the
Right.
state of Mississippi. All the lynchings, all the murders, you understand, Emmett Till, all that stuff happened.
Right.
You understand, throughout that time period. And it was legal.
Right.
Right. Yep.
And we sit up and wonder how they can do this to us. Why? And it's a piece of legislation that they tapped into. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Exactly.
That's amazing. They knew exactly what they were doing, bro. Wow.
All right, so that's the first edition of this new segment that we coming out with. Did you know? So
all praise to the Most High.
Thank y'all. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And what's some feedback, some comments.
That's some good stuff right there, man.
Right.
That's some real good stuff right there. So in other words, the white man is the devil.
The devil.
Did you know? All praise to the Most High. Great job, Officer Obadiah, on that one, man. Let's go ahead and just get back into the show today, man. We have a good show for y'all today here on Escaping the Plantation 2.0. We're diving into how America got its wealth, the origin of American wealth. Hey, go give me Walter White. Give me my guy, Walter White from Breaking Bad. You ever seen that movie or that television series Breaking Bad? He was a science teacher, a biology teacher that became a dope dealer.
Right.
He was a cocaine dealer. You understand? But this is the Edomite that played it. That played Walter White. I forgot what was his name again. Brian something.
Brian Cranston.
Brian Cranston is his name? Okay, yeah. Brian Cranston. Let's see old Cranston. Play that for us.
How did we get to a point where we treated other human beings as slaves and we're okay with that? When I see the Make America Great Again, my comment is, do you accept that could possibly be construed as a racist remark? And most people, a lot of people go, how could that be racist? Make America great again? I said, so just ask yourself from an African-American experience, when was it ever great in America for the African-American? When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them. So it's to teach us in the woke world to open up and accept the possibilities that our privilege has created blind spots for us. And maybe I haven't
Look how he
seen
looking, man.
what is really happening in all my years.
So it's a lot to unpack from that.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Definitely.
So is he speaking truth? Yes. And he mentioned woke. Now, why would you need to be woke? Why would you need to be woken or awakened? Because the entire earth is in a deep sleep, in great darkness.
Right.
You understand? That's Isaiah 60:2, right? The whole earth is in darkness. So by the whole earth being in darkness and everybody being asleep under this delusion that we don't matter, we're insignificant, that the white man is God, you understand? Mm-hmm. Now we need to be awakened out of that. The woke act or the woke, so-called woke experience or movement is supposed to be to wake people up out of that mindset that everything we've been taught is actually correct. Because when you look back on it, we put people in jail for murder, but it's a lot of murdering going on that had went on to establish this country as it is today. Right? Read that for me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2.
Read it out.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
It said, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. So the whole earth lieth in darkness, lieth in delusion, slumber. But it said, but gross darkness, meaning the most extreme darkness, is on the children of Israel. So the whole earth going through it, trial and tribulation afflicted.
Right.
But we getting the worst of it. That's what the Bible's talking about. Go ahead.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
That's when these scriptures come out and the understanding of us being the Israelites came into play. That's why the Bible calls the laws of God the light. We now see the light. Christ is that light. He is the king of the children of Israel. And he's a black man like us. That's what we looking into. Now go to that next article. How slavery became the economic engine of the South. Think about that wording. Economic engine. That means it fuels it, runs it. Right. You ain't running nothing without no engine.
Right.
It needs something to start up and push it. That's what the engine do, right? It pushes all the other, the wheels, the tires, everything is that engine is the center point. It's like the heart.
Right.
And if that ain't pumping, ain't nothing going. You can have the nicest tires, rims, foes. You understand? It don't matter. You can have them 24. It don't matter. Yeah.
Right.
If that engine ain't running, that thing ain't moving. Right. You can have the most luxurious body to a car. Without an engine, you can have speaker system in that thing, blasting 612s, like a rapper in the South said one time. And it don't matter. If that engine don't work, that car gonna stay right where it's at. So you need an engine. So America, now, they done stole the land.
Right.
They set up shop. Now, they need something to fuel their economy. And what was that? Let's see. Read that.
How slavery became the economic engine of the South. Slavery was so profitable, it sprouted more millionaires per capita in the Mississippi River Valley than anywhere in the nation.
Damn. Go ahead. Go down.
With cash crops of tobacco, cotton, and sugarcane, America's southern states became the economic engine of the burgeoning nation. Their fuel of choice, human slavery.
You see that? That's the fuel. We the fuel to this engine. Go ahead.
If the Confederacy had been a separate nation, it would have ranked as the fourth richest in the world at the start of the Civil War.
I told you, the South had the fourth largest economy in the world before the Civil War, bro. They had more money than other countries in the South, off free labor. Come on, man. Go ahead.
The slave economy had been very good to American prosperity. By the start of the war, the South was producing 75% of the world's cotton and creating more millionaires per capita in the Mississippi River Valley than anywhere in the nation.
Wait a minute. It's the millionaires in the 1700s?
Right.
Come on, bro.
That billionaire tree.
Yes. Right. Yes. Go ahead.
Enslaved workers represented Southern planters' most significant investment.
Damn.
And the bulk of their wealth.
You hear that? That's how America got his wealth. First of all, he took the landscape from our brethren. Once he took the land, killed most of them off, and sent most of them to their schools so they could become, what's the word I'm looking for?
Workers.
Not workers, assimilated.
Right.
You understand? They could become Babylonized, Americanized, right? What's the Bible calls it? Uncircumcised. They became uncircumcised further into their uncircumcision than they already were.
Message.
You understand? They started living like America. Now, they got the land. Now they say, okay, well, let's go get their brothers from the other side of the earth and let them come over here and work for free. And that'll fuel our economy. You understand that? What that you told me one time, how many bales of cotton you said they picked in the South, in the Delta, I mean? Was it 500 million or something like that?
Yeah.
500 million bales of cotton, bro? Come on, man. Go ahead. Go down.
An economy built on slavery.
Yep.
Building a commercial enterprise out of the wilderness required labor and lots of it. For much of the 1600s, the American colonies operated as agricultural economies, driven largely by indentured servitude. Most workers were poor, unemployed laborers from Europe, who, like others, had traveled to North America for a new life. In exchange for their work, they received food and shelter, and a rudimentary education, and sometimes a trade.
Yeah, that. So they was when Esau came over and started doing that. They said most workers were poor. They tried to throw that in there.
Right.
Nah, they wasn't living like we was living. We was property.
Right.
We could be killed, slaughtered, raped at any time. Children taken from us at any time and sold or given as a gift to their brothers and their sisters. These Edomites that were sharecroppers was not treated like that.
You notice they call them indentured servants.
Exactly.
So that was a time that they would get out of that servitude.
So it wasn't forever for them.
No, it was.
Nor was it forced
Right.
upon them.
And then they eventually became the millionaires and the billionaires.
Right. Right.
That's crazy.
They weren't brought over here on slave ships. They actually took a ride on a ship to get over here.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And that's how they built their wealth, bro.
Right.
Imagine if you had 5 years of a business and you didn't have to pay your. Say you owned a trucking company.
Man.
Right.
Wow.
5 trucks, and you didn't have to pay for nothing but maintenance and gas. You didn't have to pay the people driving the trucks. You gonna make a killing. You gonna make a really good profit.
Right.
You can't lose.
You can't lose. And it's crazy because now in 2023 they tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. You can't even get an LLC for free.
No,
you see
gotta
what
pay
I'm
for
saying?
that.
So now you got to get everything established. When these people, all they ever built started from free everything.
Right.
They took the land, took the workers, the resources, everything. They ain't got no choice but to have a profit, like you're saying, Cap.
You're supposed to make that money. Go to the next one. Go to number 6. Go to number 6. So I just wanted to show that little part now. Now we want to start getting into, zoom in on this, zoom in on the title, companies. So I want to show y'all something. So we saw that they established the land, then they got them a product. Their product was slaves, human trafficking.
Right.
They were human traffickers,
Right.
bro, kidnappers. You understand? Now watch this.
Companies and organizations directly or indirectly benefited from slavery. The United States government used slaves to build the White House, federal buildings, other buildings, canal improvement, extension construction, and inaugural activities in Washington, D.C. Need references? U.S. military used slaves. Faith-based organizations, Catholic Church.
Wow.
Jesuit Plantation in Maryland and Georgetown University.
Now, Georgetown University. You talking about the Bulldogs?
Yes,
the
sir.
Georgetown Bulldogs? They own slaves? The Jesuit Plantation in Maryland owns slaves? Wow. The U.S. military owns slaves? The White House was built by slaves, federal buildings, and other. We made this. When they say make America great, they mean put them niggas back where they was at when we first established this place, and we gonna be great because all of us gonna prosper while all of them die in death and damnation. Go ahead.
Businesses associated in some way with slavery railroads. CSX Corporation. Norfolk Southern, the Mobile and Garrard, now part of Norfolk Southern, used slaves. Central of Georgia, at that time now part of Norfolk Southern, owned slaves. Union Pacific
owned slaves.
Canadian National.
Go ahead.
Newspapers, Knight Rider, Tribune, Media General, Advanced Publication, E.W. Scripps, and Gannett, parent and publisher of USA Today.
So USA Today has slaves. Wow. Go ahead.
USA Today, Gannett, is its parent company, had links to slavery.
Go ahead.
Consumer Goods, Brooks Brothers made clothes for slaves.
Go ahead.
Tiffany's, founded with cotton mill profits from slaves working with cotton. West Point Stevens, textiles need verification.
Oh, it get worse. Go ahead.
Banks and financial institutions.
So them banks you love so much. Go ahead.
Brown Brothers Harriman, Brown Lehman, Brown Brothers owned slaves. J.P. Morgan accepted slaves as collateral and owned slaves.
So J.P. Morgan, that's a demon. That's the same thing. The same people that shut Kanye West a countdown for speaking, saying that we the real Jews. He said we the real Jews, and they once had us in slavery. Now they're gonna shut down the real Jews. So they had the real Jews in slavery, released us from slavery, so-called, and then put us back in slavery, saying we don't want your money.
What the hell is this?
Go back to it.
Chase Manhattan Bank, Riggs Bank, Bank of America accepted slaves as collateral.
Bank of America, so you can put your slave up for collateral. They'll loan you money based off you saying, look, if I can't pay it back, you can have that nigga.
B of A.
Bro,
that's something you don't mind giving up. You give a Negro away.
You can have your, they can have, imagine that. Listen, I own him, and both of their wives, and all 12 of their children apiece. That's 24 kids. That's 28 souls that I own. I put all of them up for collateral. And you can give them and sell them to whoever want to buy them.
Well, sir, what about the dog you got?
You can't get that dog. So you can't even touch a dog.
Boy, I tell you, man.
Yeah, but you can sell a black man, though.
Sell a black man,
what you got? Go ahead.
Boy.
Be crazy.
Did you know they actually could have insurance on us? So meaning that we're their property, so they would have insurance on us, and let's say they got a little down and couldn't afford something, they could put us to death and claim the insurance on that and get money off of us, man.
They even say that like that. That's even linked back to our Social Security numbers.
Right.
The fact that we even have those is kind of proof of that life insurance. Man.
So
Or that
wait a
insurance.
minute. So they hold on now. It get worse now. So we've seen Wells Fargo. We seen Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase. We done seen Tiffany's, the ain't Tiffany's the rings and all that stuff like that. Jewelry company.
Right.
Wow. So they had slaves picking that jewelry.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Go ahead. Let's go back to it. This real.
Right.
Go ahead. Bank of America.
Bank of America accepted slaves as collateral. Wells Fargo Company purchased them, owned or accepted slaves as collateral.
Go ahead.
Fleet Boston Financial Corp. Aetna, based in Hartford, Connecticut, insured slaves has helped African Americans. New York Life insured slaves.
Insured them. Go ahead.
AIG bought American General Financial, which owned U.S. Life Insurance Company. U.S. Life used to insure their lives of slaves.
Wow. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't make this up. Go ahead.
Educational institutions. Harvard Law School, endowed with money from slave owner from Isaac Royal in Antigua.
So he was from Antigua. So Harvard University endowed with money from slave owners.
Right.
Go ahead. They accepted it too. Harvard Law School accepted it.
Right.
Harvard University recruited and raised money from slave-owning families.
Wow.
Yale University recruited and raised money from slave-owning families. Penn recruited and raised money from slave-owning families.
Go ahead.
Columbia University.
So all these universities, I think Bishop showed some of this last week too, right? Go ahead.
Columbia University recruited and raised money from slave-owning families. Rutgers recruited and raised money from slave-owning families.
Go ahead.
Brown recruited and raised money from slave-owning families. Dartmouth recruited and raised money from slave-owning families. University of Delaware recruited and raised money from slave-owning families.
That's how all them black folk got to Delaware. Go ahead.
Princeton University recruited and raised money from slave-owning families.
So Princeton University also recruited and raised money from slave-owning families, bro.
All your top Ivy Leagues.
All your top Ivy League schools own slaves.
Right.
Their top what they call them people? Boosters own slaves.
Right.
All this was funded off the backs of the children of Israel.
And that's where their kids went to school.
And that's where their kids end up going to school. Now, when our people go to school, they say, oh, he's prestigious. He went to Harvard.
Right.
You know, he's a Harvard education. Meanwhile, that whole place was funded and has the history that it has based off us being enslaved and working for free.
Damn.
So,
You understand? Go ahead.
So this is towards the north, right?
Yes.
So I thought the south and the north was into it. But
Right.
that show you right there, they was working together. The
They
slaves
working
that the
together.
south had,
Right.
the north insured and brought them.
100%. Jeremiah 22:13. Let me show you a scripture on that real quick.
It's an evil world we live in.
For real. And then the so-called white man gonna tell us that we a hate group and extremists.
You better shut your white
What?
mouth.
Because we
I'm not
bringing out the
kidding.
truth of what happened, what y'all did.
Right.
That's the most evil thing ever, to do something to a people, and they say, well, why you do that to me? Or tell their brothers, man, you know what he did to me? Him right there. When you go into a police station, they say, who did it?
Right.
What's his description?
Right.
And you give them the description, and they gonna arrest the person, right?
Right.
But now we say, who did that to you? They said, the white man did it to us. Oh, y'all a hate group. Y'all black supremacists. Then you got black folks that got their hands in with them. What a delusion. Read this scripture for me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22 and verse 13.
Read it out.
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
This is what they did, brothers and sisters. They built their house of unrighteousness. Go ahead.
And his chambers by wrong.
And his chambers by wrong. Go ahead.
That uses his neighbor's service without wages.
What the Bible say?
That uses his neighbor's service without wages.
What does the Bible say?
That uses his neighbor's service without wages.
They used our service without wages. We didn't get paid,
Right.
but the indentured servant from Ireland, he was taught a trade,
Right.
and then eventually released. Was given food and shelter, clothing. He and his children were all then released. They applied. Give me Exodus 22.
They got an education too.
Yes.
Right.
That's why
Give
they,
me. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you about to say? Go
that's
ahead.
why they came over with the unions.
Right.
Because of
Right.
those people.
Right,
We
because of
already
those
knew
people.
everything.
Right.
But they brought them over and said, we're going to make the union to let them catch up.
Right. You hear it all in the camera, Officer John. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Read that for me, please. Exodus 22 and 1. Come on, man.
Yes, sir. The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 1.
Read it out.
And if a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it.
No. Exodus 21 and 1. Messed up my flow. It was the dome. I seen it. I'm messing with you. Exodus 21 and 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 1.
Come on.
Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them.
Uh-huh.
If thou buy an Hebrew servant.
If you buy a Hebrew servant, an Israelite, go ahead.
6 years he shall serve.
Well, no, his lifetime.
6 years he shall serve.
So if the Bible's, and this ain't even talking about a slave.
Right.
This talking about a brother being employed because he fell on hard times.
Right.
But if you want to use it in the context of slavery, the Bible say what?
6 years shall he serve.
6 years he's supposed to serve. Go ahead.
And in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing.
It said, and in the 7th he should go out free for nothing. That's what they did with the Irish.
Right.
They applied this scripture with their own people.
With their brethren.
They didn't apply that with us.
Message.
With us, they applied Leviticus 25. Get Leviticus 25 and verse 44. This is what they apply with us.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 25 and verse 44.
Yeah.
Both thy bondman and thy bondmaid, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen.
That was supposed to be the law for us. That law was given to us. You understand? Because we're supposed to be the rightful rulers of this earth. And we're supposed to have service of the other nations.
Right.
Go ahead.
That are round about you.
Go ahead.
Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
Go ahead. Watch this.
Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they beget in your land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you.
And they were supposed to be given as an inheritance for our children after us. But what happened? The whole thing got flipped upside down because of our sin. So now we became an inheritance to their children.
Right.
Go ahead.
To inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule over one another with rigor.
But we weren't supposed to rule over our brother with rigor. But the other nations, we was able to enslave them and buy them for bondmen and bondwomen. They use that against us now.
Right. That's right.
That's what they did. But they didn't buy us originally. Give me that real quick in Exodus 22:16.
Bring it out.
They didn't buy 21:16. They didn't buy us. They didn't buy us originally. Now, they bought us when they came over here and established the system. Right. But they didn't buy us originally. Right. They had kidnapped us from the west coast of Africa. Could you read that?
Exodus chapter 21, verse 16.
Go ahead.
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
And sell it. You steal a man, and then you take that stolen possession, and then you sell it to your own brother. Go ahead.
Or if he be found in his hand.
And then that man be found. Somebody come looking for that man that was stolen, and then he be found. Well, Christ coming to look for us.
Right.
Christ coming to look for us that have been found and then sold. Go ahead.
He shall surely be put to death.
And you're going to be put to death for that. These nations going to die for that. That's God's law. When Christ comes, the law going to be established. Give me that in 2 Ezra 9:37.
Yes, sir.
The law ain't done away. It ain't never been done away. You just don't understand it. You are manipulating the minds of people to say God's law is done away so we can do what we want to do to these people for all eternity. Oh, no. Remember that dude that Edomite said, oh, America won't be destroyed in 20 lifetimes. Oh, best believe, buddy, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Read that for me.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 37.
No.
Notwithstanding, the law perisheth not.
The law does not perish. The laws of God does not perish, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
But remaineth in his force.
Even though them slave masters done died, many of these slave masters, they all dead and gone, right? The Bible say what? What the law do what?
But remaineth in his force.
That's why when they come, Christ going to judge them by that law. They didn't get away. They just died before Christ came to bring the judgment.
Right.
But when Christ come, this law, that law we read in Exodus 21:16, the Bible say, if you steal a man and then sell him, or if he be found in your hand, you shall surely be put to death. You're not getting away from that. It wasn't me. It was my ancestors. Oh, don't worry. God gonna raise your great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy up and put him to death. You understand that?
Right.
And you benefit off of it, so you gonna get put to death too, according to the Bible. That's what the word of God say. Right. Don't be mad at me. We just the messengers. We just the messenger to bring out this Bible as you never heard it. I know it hurt. I know it hurt. The Edomites that's watching secretly right now. It hurt. I know. And the other nations, they gonna get it too. All y'all gonna get it. Moab gonna get it. Ammon gonna get it. Amalek gonna get it.
Gonna get it.
Philistines gonna get it. All these nations gonna get it.
Right.
You understand? Every last one of you gonna get it for messing with touching the apple of God's eye. Bro, that's what you did. And you gonna get it. All right? So, educational systems benefit off of our slavery. Right. Banking systems, which only fund white people.
Right.
When they give a black man a funding,
right,
the interest rate sky high.
Right.
You understand that? I'm telling you, these folks ain't right. Go ahead.
You mess around and get a bank account at Wells Fargo and your money ain't right. See what happened to you. They gonna suck it up with fees.
Yeah, suck it up with fees, bro.
Right.
I'm talking. Hey, you in the spirit. That sound like experience.
They got me.
I know.
They got me.
And I got a lot of us. Go to the 8th one. Go to number 8 real quick. So we breezing on through this thing. So brothers and sisters, we see that America was established and gained its wealth off the backs of our ancestors. And they still benefit off of that today.
Right.
That's why they use the term what? Old money.
Right.
They got old money. Now somebody called the phone line. Remember, brothers and sisters, I know some of y'all don't listen. Every single week, we say the same thing. Just like every single week, we say, if you Israel, do not raise your hand on Clubhouse.
Right.
And all day, come on, y'all. Right. And we up there to talk. Now, we call you up and say, look, let's bring some Israel up. That's different. We trying to,
Right.
But come on, Israel.
Come on, man.
So what I need you brothers and sisters to do, and I don't mind repeating it, go into see it at the top right there above my head. See it right over there? I'm going to start over here. It's a Zoom link in description.
Right.
Go to the description box. When you go onto the YouTube page, because some of y'all may not be on YouTube. You may be on Facebook, okay? When you go to our YouTube channel, it says, at the bottom, there's a description box. You click the little drop-down button, and it'll reveal the Zoom link for you to call in. We want y'all to call in. Call in. You understand? Call in. Contribute to the show. You understand? Help us out. We have no problem with that, all right? Add to the show. But you cannot call the phone line. It's going to come to one of our phones. Right. We can't do that properly. So we want to do it formally. So call in to the Zoom link that's above, all right? So now, we want to delve even more into these companies that still benefit today off of our enslavement, all right? This is how America got its wealth. Go here.
This is excerpted from the shocking list of 10 companies that profited from the slave trade.
So we got 2 callers. We're gonna bring one in here just momentarily. But we want to deal with this real fast, all right? So we got 10 companies that profited off the slave trade. Come on.
It is no secret that slavery rests at the foundation of American capitalism.
At the what?
Rest at the foundation.
The foundation. That's why we said, woe unto him that established his house by what? In Jeremiah 22 and 13?
Wrong.
Unrighteousness.
By unrighteousness. Right? Go ahead.
Of American capitalism, and is often synonymous with the sugar, tobacco, and or cotton plantations that fueled the Southern economy.
They keep using that word. Go ahead. Fueled. Go ahead.
What many may not know is that slavery also rests at the foundation of many notable corporations.
Oh, the corporations too. Go ahead.
From New York Life to Bank of America.
New York Life? Bank of America?
Right.
Several companies have benefited from slavery. Many of the companies even acknowledged their involvement in slavery and offered apologies in an attempt to reconcile their tainted history. But is an apology enough?
Listen to what the white man say.
We don't want your apology.
Look at this pride.
Right.
Look at the pride of this man. Well, I mean, we apologize.
I'm sorry.
Right.
You done built an entire economy off our backs while also watching us struggle. Bank of America has denied many black people from loans, have swallowed up many of our bank accounts with fees. Like just a couple weeks ago, a whole bunch of people woke up and their money was missing from Bank of America.
Right.
They've been doing that to black people forever. They gonna say, but I apologize for my involvement in slavery, though.
Right.
That's some evil, man. I'm telling these folks evil, bro. They will not acknowledge they wrong. Right? Go ahead. Go back to it.
History has consistently shown that slavery has diminished the quality of life for African Americans and simultaneously enhanced the quality of life for white Americans.
Damn. So, whoa, read that part again. Read that again. That's heavy.
History has consistently shown that slavery has diminished the quality of life for African Americans.
So it diminished our quality of life. Go ahead.
And simultaneously enhanced the quality of life for white Americans.
So it enhanced their lives.
Right.
While diminishing our lives. Right? Go ahead.
From institutionalized racism.
Damn.
To block social and economic opportunities.
Blocked social and economic institutions. Wait a minute. Didn't the social and economic institutions like the colleges and the banks, didn't they benefit off our enslavement?
They did.
Then they gonna turn around and block us from getting the education at that same school? Imagine that.
Double whammy.
Double whammy. I'm telling these folks ain't right. God got to judge them for this, man.
Right.
There's no other thing. They can't pay us back. There's no amount of money you can give us.
I know I'm sorry.
I know I'm sorry.
Right.
You got to get paid in blood. God got to put you to death.
Right.
Go ahead.
From institutionalized racism to block social and economic opportunities, African Americans are often excluded of African Americans.
Damn.
Apologies cannot compensate an entire race of people for all of the social and economic ills they face as a result of their enslavement. They cannot address the residual effects of slavery.
It's the trauma that comes from the enslavement.
They cannot provide job opportunities to a race of people who are experiencing high unemployment rates.
Go ahead.
Apologies without action from the very systems they helped to create.
Damn.
Had it not been for slave labor, many corporations would not be where they are today.
Yep.
And for these companies to acknowledge their involvement in slavery and then simply say, oh, I'm sorry, is to downplay their role in perpetuating the degradation or nothing more than a futile attempt to correct a wrong by pacifying the wrong.
So watch this. Give me that when it say never trust your enemy, even though he go crouching.
Yes, sir.
Verse 10, I think it is, and then you skip down like 12 or something. It say even though he go crouching or something like that, don't trust him.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Never trust thine enemy.
Don't ever trust your enemy, brothers and sisters. Ever. Don't ever trust these people. They are not to be trusted. That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth.
For like as iron rusteth. Go ahead.
So is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness. Go ahead.
Though he humble himself.
Though he humble himself.
And go crouching.
And go crouching. Go ahead.
Yet take good heed.
Yet take good heed.
And beware of him.
And beware of him.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt know that his wrath has not been altogether wiped away.
You're going to realize, wait, he's still evil. He ain't changed none.
Right.
You know how he ain't changed none? Because even after that policy, he ain't shut them banks down.
Right. No.
He didn't take all the funding and the money that he got from all these years and years and years of loaning out money for businesses to be started, loaning out money for houses to be bought, real estate property to be bought by these Edomites, all based off and fueled by our enslavement. Never one time they say, you know what, let's go and get these black folks loans, all of them. Let's give them all loans so they can establish wealth. They can get houses. They can build their own communities. They can give us money to build a whole community.
Right.
They ain't doing nothing but taking the money at a percentage rate of the money that they already have in the bank. They got billions upon billions upon billions in the bank. They can take that money, right, and loan it out to black folks. You understand? That's what they could do, but they're not going to do that. They just give a couple of you token Negroes pacifier to put in your mouth to keep you swallowed up and shut, and your mouth shut so you won't say anything about the enslavement of your people. You start saying, God done blessed me. You think it's God, but it's the white man.
Right.
Keeping you pacified so you won't speak against what the evils that he's done to your people. Now go down to some of these corporations. Let's go. Yeah, man. Look at that. New York Life, Tiffany and Company, what they say, Aetna.
Yep.
Aetna.
Insurance company.
It's an insurance company. Brook Brothers, Norfolk Soldier Railroad, Southern Railroad, Bank of America, USA Today, Wachovia, AIG, American International Group, J.P. Morgan Chase. Now watch this. J.P. Morgan Chase. Let's look at that real quick. Read that for me.
J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan Chase reported that between 1831 and 1865, two of its predecessor banks, Citizens Banking and Canal Bank in Louisiana.
Canal Bank. I wonder that's on Canal Street in New Orleans.
It's there. It's there.
Something to think
It's
of.
there.
Go ahead.
Accepted approximately 13,000 slaves as loan collateral and seized approximately 1,250 slaves when plantation owners defaulted on their loan.
Damn, bro. We was repossessed.
That's we was seized. So J.P. Morgan came in the middle of the night. Yeah. The white man ain't paid, snatched us up. Oh.
Right.
Bro.
And sold them and got their money back.
Bro, did you hear that? We was repossessed. They woke up in the morning and the repo man was taking us.
Go.
Wow.
Bro, this ain't life.
No, we property. We property. And I want to show you something also on that the date. Look at the date and what it said.
J.P. Morgan Chase reported between 1831 and 1865.
So that was supposedly when they abolished slavery.
Damn.
In 1865.
Yeah.
So that's when they stopped reporting. But you better believe in Mississippi, it didn't stop to 2013.
Right.
They was
That's
still
right.
getting slaves.
Right.
They just reported it to 1865.
Whoa, bro, that's.
And they'll try to say he came up from the steel mills.
Right.
He had Jake in there working for free.
Yeah, he had to have workers. He had to have laborers.
Right.
Give me first Maccabee real quick. What you had?
No, I was saying this go back to what you say to your to the convict leasing program.
Yeah.
You know, they stole us, put us right back in there. No, that's free labor. I'm gonna build my company up and invite my partners. And y'all need some help? I got some free help right here.
Yeah, man. Give me first Maccabees 3:41.
Yes, sir.
You can't make this up, bro. We ain't making this up. Just Edomite in here. I'm about to block their ass.
You gotta apologize. We don't want your reparations.
Nah, they to my God, to my Christ took away the sins of the world. See,
When?
they would
You
not
better
accept.
shut your white
They would
mouth.
not
I'm not
accept it,
kidding.
bro. Don't worry about she getting her ass blocked. You're gonna create another page. Go ahead, read that.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 41.
Read it out.
And the merchants of the country, hearing the fame of them, took silver and gold very much with servants and came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
Said buy the do what?
To buy the children of Israel for slaves.
It said to buy the children of Israel for slaves. They came to buy us for slaves, brothers and sisters. You understand that? And that ain't just that time during the time of the Greeks.
Right.
Because the Greeks was Edomites. But that's something about today.
Right.
Still, I'm going to show you later on. To this day, they still using us in servitude.
Right.
All throughout the world. You just don't know about it because you live in a bubble. You live in a damn bubble. Go ahead.
I was remembering the show 12 Years a Slave or whatever, and they was on this boat. They took him on this boat, and this dude, he was like, y'all go to slave, whatever y'all want to. Master coming to get me. So they had stole this man, and then his master came and got him off the boat. He came and repossessed him.
Yep, sure did. I remember that. And he ran, oh, master, thank you so much. He was hugging on him.
Right.
He was rubbing his head like, it's all right. Daddy here.
That's
BS,
crazy.
man. I'm telling you, man, we destroyed, bro. We is destroyed. All right, drop that. Go to the next one. Go to the next article right here. So, yeah, man, I'm telling you, we were the commodity. We were the first Wall Street, all that. All right, let's go. It's even more. You got even more. 15 major corporations. Come on.
15 major corporations you never knew profited from slavery.
Go on down. A lot of these you're going to see reoccurring.
Right.
All right, J.P. Morgan, we saw that earlier. So this is multiple sources. I wanted to show you multiple sources so when nobody say, well, you just found some random article. No, there's multiple sources over the course of multiple years that show the same exact companies, right? Let's show them. Go back. We saw Aetna earlier, right? Lehman Brothers, J.P. Morgan Chase, New York Life again. There you go. There's 3 different sources we've seen. Look at that. Rothschild. Watch that. Read that.
N.M. Rothschild and Sons Bank in London was linked to slavery. The company that was one of the biggest names in the city of London had previously undisclosed links to slavery in the British colonies. Documents seen by the Financial Times have revealed that Nathan Mayer Rothschild, the banking family's 19th century patriarch, made his first personal gains by using enslaved Africans as collateral in dealing with a slave owner.
So let me show you something. So, say for instance, you a small-time businessman, but you got 5 slaves. And them 5 slaves, damn good slaves.
Right.
They do damn good. And you say what? You say, you know what? I'm going to use all 5 of these great slaves that I have as collateral. Now, the white man that got a lot of money, he said, I can loan this money out to this dummy. And maybe he'll be dumb enough to lose them 5 slaves. Say he ain't dumb enough to lose them 5 slaves. And he take the money and the profit that he's making off those 5 slaves to pay that loan back by portion to portion, right? Then also using the funding that he got from the loan to establishing a bigger and broader base of more slaves. So he used the money from the collateral off of these 5 slaves to buy 150 more. Not only is he doing that, he's also using the money off those 150 more to buy 150 more acres for more cotton field for them to now plow. You see how with 5 slaves and a bank loan, he was able to establish and expand his brand and his whole empire? That's what they did. That's what they do today.
Right.
So
and that all started with the white man being able to use us as collateral, brothers and sisters.
So
go ahead.
He borrowing money on stolen property.
Yes.
You can't lose.
That's why the Lord said you got to get judged for it. You can't lose. Now, you saw that said Rothschild. Now, up under that is the Norfolk Southern Railroad Company. I want you to look at that real quick.
Yes, sir. Norfolk Southern also has a history in the slave trade. The Mobile Garage Company, which is now part of Norfolk Southern, offers slaveholders $180, $3,379 today a piece for enslaved Africans they would rent to the railroad for 1 year, according to the records. The Central of Georgia, another company aligned with Norfolk Southern Line today, valued its slaves at $31,303.
Look at that. Look at how much that is.
$663,033 on record.
So the Central of Georgia, another company. Oh, Go back so I can read it. The Central of Georgia, another company aligned with Norfolk Southern Line today, valued its slaves at $31,303 back then, which is now $663,033 today on record. Wow. Bro, that's money. They was getting buku money off of us, bro. If you had 31,000 back then, bro, you straight.
Right.
Yeah.
And you gonna multiply that because he a greedy man. He gonna multiply that and compound that. Go ahead.
He said he was renting us out. Like, you can go to the store and rent a piece of tool or whatever it is you need. You can rent trailers and stuff like that. They was renting us out and getting paid for us to do the work for these people they renting us to. And then when we come back to where we from, we got to do that work too.
Yeah.
Everybody winning.
Right.
They getting
Everybody
the whole
winning.
system set up to destroy us. Wow.
Right.
Now, I just put a screenshot up there of the Norfolk Southern. I want you to show how much they worth today. Watch this. There's a screenshot that I put in there came up next to show how much they worth today. These companies that started off from slavery, look how much they worth today. Let's look at it.
How much a company is worth typically represents by its market capitalization or the current stock price multiplied by the number of shares outstanding. Norfolk Southern net worth as of February 4th, 2023, 2023 is $51.2 billion.
$51.2 billion.
Damn.
That's how much they worth now, bro. And they started off with buying with renting out slaves at $180 a day.
Right.
Wow.
You see that?
They ain't send black folks a check or nothing like
Nothing.
that. Wow.
51. That's what they worth today. Go ahead. You had something? Go ahead. You had something?
Y'all about to say
Okay. They that's how much they worth today, bro. And you mean to tell me God ain't gonna bring judgment on you for that?
Right.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
You know how the black woman always looking for a check in the mail?
Yeah.
like all this money these for the mail. They ain't send not one check in the mail.
It ain't coming.
You ain't getting no check. You be lucky to get a job.
Right. That's the thing about it. You be lucky they won't even hire you to work for them now.
No.
They done beat your back in, your parents, your foreparents, and now they won't even let you work there. You can't even come in there. Yep. But then some people will try to use that against us in this conversation, talking about, well, they give us jobs. Why do you think they doing that?
Yeah.
Right. And then they give you minimum wage.
They give you minimum wage. Hey, get Isaiah 14:21, man. That's why it's written. I said what?
So we always waiting on the check.
We always waiting on a check, bro. I got a family member, bro. Can we move so his forehead will not be in the shot? His forehead done hit in the shot like 4 times today. Who raised it? Somebody move the camera for it. It ain't never happened before.
Who raised you?
It's a big dog, man. Let me stop for your wife to be mad at me. I don't like Cap getting on your head. I'm just messing with you, man. I got a big head too. You don't see that forehead? It's big too. I'm messing around with it. I love him, Sister Sadaka. I love him. I'm just messing with it. Read that for me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
So the Bible say prepare slaughter for his children. Go ahead.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers. This is why. They got $51 billion off your families.
Man.
This is why. Because they always want to say, well, what do we do? What you benefit off of this. Read it again.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Go ahead.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Go ahead.
That they do not rise nor possess the land.
Because why? Because what they did before. What they did before was they rose, they took the land from Gad.
Right.
Brought their brothers over here as slaves to establish their economy. Then let them out and loaned and made them a part of loans to fuel the economy. And then now they make all this money. And guess what? That's not their only stream of revenue.
No.
These people that own this, they involved in private prisons.
Right.
I'm telling you that straight up. They involved in private prisons, putting your ancestors or your sons and daughters in slavery.
Right.
Today, modern day slavery. Again. Go ahead, what you got?
Hey, Cal, it's funny that you mentioned how they putting us in the prison system, right? In the state of Mississippi, every inmate that's incarcerated in Mississippi, the state of Mississippi makes between $30,000 and $35,000 per head.
Damn.
Right. So now those same inmates that's locked up, they get leased out to your companies that make your office furniture, your chairs, some of the tables that you
McDonald's clothing.
McDonald's clothing,
The hell is
They
this?
lease them out to make that, and they only making like maybe $1.25, if that $1.25 an hour.
Right, and that $1.25 ain't going in their pocket. That $1.25 going in their commissary, right? Their books and stuff like that, so they can buy certain things like cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they buy, right?
Phone calls,
ramen noodles,
right?
stuff like that.
Phone,
you know.
you got to buy a phone call. Wow.
It's $15 if you want to. It's $15 per phone call to FaceTime your loved ones, or 25 cents a minute for every hour when you make a collect call back home.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
This is what we endure. You think God ain't gonna hold you guilty for that? Watch this. Go to the next screenshot I had. So that was the Norfolk Southern net worth. All right. Now watch this. It get worse.
Yes, sir. How much money a company is worth is typically represented by its market capitalization, or the current stock price multiplied by the number of shares outstanding. J.P. Morgan Chase net worth as of February 24th, 2023, $414.81 billion.
So J.P. Morgan Bank got $414.81 billion, and they started off as using slaves as collateral and holding the money of slave owners. You can't make this up. It's a scripture in Habakkuk. They say, heap unto themselves riches. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Or is that Ezekiel? No, get Ezekiel 28.
Yes, sir.
What you at? You had something? No. Ezekiel 28 and verse 3.
Yes, sir.
Watch this.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
It said there is no secret that they can hide unto thee. That's why from thee. That's why they got this social media tracking us. Go ahead. Right.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding,
go ahead.
Thou hast gotten thee riches.
Thou hast gotten thee riches with your wisdom and understanding. Wisdom in what? Slavery.
Right.
Satan came to him, just like when you watch the show Them. Remember that little Edomite boy? He stole him the scripture. He said, look.
Right.
That he was the devil. He gave him the Bible and said, that Edomite looked at it with Deuteronomy 28. Leviticus 25. You understand? He was like, man, we supposed to have these folks in slavery.
Right.
God has punished these people and has turned all mankind against these people to enslave them and build economies off of them. We the salt of the earth. Everything built off of us. Everything revolves around the children of Israel.
That's right.
We make this earth go round. Without us, there would be no flavor on this earth.
Bring it out.
You understand? Read that for me. Go ahead.
With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Go ahead.
And hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasure.
And that's how they got gold and silver into their treasures. Through what? Slavery. Go ahead.
By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches.
What is their traffic, brothers? Trade.
That's right.
Through trade. Now, how they get the funding for that trade? Off the backs of the slaves that was already here. J.P. Morgan Bank insuring the slaves. Right. Go ahead.
And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
And thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Now they say, well, we apologize. I mean,
I'm sorry.
What else you niggas want? We apologize to y'all niggas. You understand? Just take the apology.
We ain't doing
no money.
It no more.
Huh?
Say we ain't doing it no more.
Be happy about that, but they are doing it.
Right.
They doing it behind closed doors in these private prisons and things that they invest in. Right? Did the money that they put behind who they want to put in Congress or office that's going to promise to continue to oppress black people. That's why they love Donald Trump so much. He came out and said, make America great. Wink, wink. Message. He knew exactly what they was talking about. Right. The Edomite just said it from Breaking Bad. He just told you. That's what he meant when he said that. Now get Ezekiel 18, verse 11. Watch this. When America get destroyed, these people going to be sad. Watch this.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18 and verse 11. And that doeth not any of those duties, but even
I said, what I say, Ezekiel? I meant Revelation. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Revelation 18 and 11.
Yes, my bad. The book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
So the merchants of the earth going to weep and mourn over her. The her is America. It said the merchants of the earth. These people, they about their money.
Right.
They want to make money. They want to continue to fuel their economy. Now, when I think I look at Turkmenistan, I think it's Turkmenistan. Not only them, there's another country in the quote-unquote Middle East, which there is no such thing, in India, that's bankrupt. Look, go ahead and do that. Read that. I'm about to look up something. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read that.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
So no man want to buy their merchandise anymore, right? Go ahead.
The merchandise of gold.
Merchandise of gold.
And silver.
And silver.
And precious stones.
Precious stones.
And pearls.
So these are all the things. Now, remember, we saw earlier the precious stones and the pearls. That's for Tiffany.
Right.
Tiffany's jewelry company.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And silk.
Silk.
And scarlet. And all thine wood. And all manner vessels of ivory.
Go ahead.
And all manner vessels of most precious wood.
Go ahead.
And of brass and iron and marble.
Go ahead.
And cinnamon and odors. And ointments and frankincense.
Yes, sir.
And wine and oil. And fine flour and wheat. And beasts and sheep. And horses and chariots. And slaves.
And what?
Slaves.
And slaves. Go ahead.
And souls of men.
And souls of men. We just showed that earlier. When it's talking about slaves and then souls of men, look at all the things that they did. Look how they insured us. Not only did they buy us as slaves, they also put insurance policies on us if we were to be beaten, hand cut off, head cut off, die while we was out in the middle of the field from a heat stroke. They got money for that.
Right.
They were straight. It ain't no different from today when Esau burned his own building down so he can collect the insurance money.
That's right.
It's the same thing. That's what we were. That's what we were, brothers and sisters. I forgot what it ain't Turkmenistan. It was a company. It was a country that was basically gone completely bankrupt. They all their funds was running out. It was earlier this year. I was looking at it. I'm gonna find it after the show is over. Watch. I'm gonna find it after the show is over. But I just wanted to show that. But it is what. Did you have something you want to say?
No. What did they do to the company? They bailed them out.
Yes.
Kind of like they did GM and Dodge. America does. Yeah.
That's what they had to do.
Those
They
big
had
companies.
Those big major corporations.
Right.
Yep.
Like Ford. He owns slaves also.
Right. Absolutely. Look at that.
Henry Ford.
Come on, Henry Ford. Come on, man. And then these people are glorified.
Right.
In American society. They looked at pioneers, great men, forefathers. You understand? Now look at them. You understand? We were starting to do the research and find out, man, these folks wicked as hell.
Right.
So it says slaves and souls of man, right? Sri Lanka. That's it.
Okay.
Sri Lanka. They are basically bankrupt, bro. They ain't got no money. All of their money is coming from the surrounding countries around. I had showed my wife a video of that. I can't find the video though. Let me see if I can find that video. Sri Lanka. That's it. That's it right there. It was a video that I wanted. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because it's going into how the merchants of the earth are going to be when America is destroyed because nobody's going to buy their merchandise. You got countries like Sri Lanka that are basically bankrupt. They can't even take care of their citizens. I think the last time I looked, they had like 100 million left. 100 million? To take care of 50 million people? What the hell? That ain't enough money.
No, so weird.
That's $2 a person.
That's right. That ain't enough money. You cold with it. You boy, your math, all right. You understand? That's not enough to take care of $2 per person. The last $2. I'm gonna lose. Right. Yes, you is. Your ass gonna lose. That was a documentary. Okay, let me show you. Let me see it. Nah, that's on CNN. I can't do it.
Don't do it.
I want to show it, but let's show this real quick. Let me just show this real quick because a lot of time we deal with what's going on here in the States, but I want to show you what's going on in these other countries to show you why America being in existence to them benefits them. As long as we destroy it. Damn, we got callers. I forgot about the callers. Bring the callers in, man. We all over play. We got the rolling, but let me bring the call. Hey, bring a call in, bro. Let me give callers a couple. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. I'm sorry. Hey, Shalom caller, you on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0. Who we speaking with? Let the caller come in. We'll see. Go ahead, caller. You on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0. All right, caller, we'll give you 10 seconds. Maybe they need to cut your mic on. Maybe your mic is muted. All right, well, you can drop that call and go to the next one. Next caller, we got any more callers?
No, sir.
They dropped off. They said, man, the hell with that. Anyway. He going.
I got some ideas, but no, man.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You might condemn one of your own. Right. I'll praise the Most High. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, it looked that way. The looks can be deceiving. It can be deceiving. I'll praise the Most High. Hey, there was a video I just posted about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's economic crisis. I just posted it. I got to show it. Because it ties into what we're going over today. We're going over the origin of America's wealth and how it impacts the entire world. Okay? Let's pull that video up on Sri Lanka real quick. We'll just show about 3-4 minutes of it at the most. This is on Gravitas Plus. All right. Can we pull it up? Do we have it? Read that last scripture again that we just read. Souls of Men 13.
The book of, yes, sir. Ezekiel 18, verse 13.
Bring it
And
out.
cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour.
So these are all necessities. These are not things that you don't need. You need these things. Right. All right. Come on. This is what this is what you would call what were they calling that when during COVID? You had to be a certain status. Essential. These are essential things. Go ahead.
And wheat and beast. And sheep and horses.
Well, all these things are needful. Go ahead.
And chariots and slaves.
Wait a minute. Read again.
And chariots and slaves.
Go ahead. And what else?
And souls of men.
And souls of men. Souls of men. You got to sell your soul in this society to get some of that J.P. Morgan Chase money. Get some of that Norfolk Southern money. You got to sell your soul for it. All right. So okay, it's not working. All right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, brethren. Don't worry about it. I had one more thing that I wanted to pull up before we closed out the show today. There was a video that I had of Esau.
What does 414 billion look like?
I don't even know. How you even count it?
Where you put that at? Where you put the money at?
Where that money
do with
it? Where that money come from, bro? That was an Edomite video. That was a video of an Edomite.
You know something else over there? I think it's like, what, 1.8 billion people on the planet?
Damn.
They got 414 billion.
Come on, Officer, do the math.
Right, do the math. Hey, pull up 14 real quick. We'll close out here. Pull up 14 real quick. It was a screenshot. I want y'all to see, because you may be saying, well, brothers, that ain't got nothing to do with us today. It's irrelevant. It ain't benefiting today. But there's no slavery today. Let's see.
Times investigation. Migrant children are exploited across the U.S., processing products for major brands and retailers.
Read that again.
Migrant children are exploited across the U.S., processing products for major brands and retailers.
So you want to know what happened to a lot of them kids that went missing?
Down there on the border.
You not even that.
Right.
These black women that went missing. All of them ain't being harvested for their organs or sex slaves. Some of them being put in these areas, you understand, as migrants. Classified as migrants. Classified as being illegal immigrants. Go ahead.
Ben and Jerry's.
So Ben and Jerry's benefit off of that right now. This is going on. Look at that. Look at the date at the bottom. We didn't make this up. February 24th, 2023.
Damn. Cheerios.
Oh, so you love to eat them Cheerios? Guess what? They benefit off migrant children being exploited in America. Go ahead.
Cheetos. Chewy granola bars.
Damn.
Ford.
Oh, they go Ford again. We were talking about Ford earlier. There they go again. Go ahead.
Fruit of the Loom. General Motors.
General Motors exploiting children.
J.
Crew.
Lucky Charms. Natural Valley granola bars. Target
is exploiting children, migrant children across the U.S. Go ahead.
Walmart
is exploiting migrant children across the U.S. Go ahead.
Whole Foods.
This is sick. Right now.
So you wonder why the things you get from these places are sometimes falling apart, maybe not packaged well, because they got babies doing it.
They got babies doing it.
Wow.
Our people.
Migrant children are doing that, bro.
Them our people. They
That's
still got us in
ridiculous.
slavery.
Still got us in slavery till this day. Is that on the screen for everybody to see? Can everybody see that? I hope not.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll pray. Make me nervous. Make me nervous, y'all. Pull up Yashawn. Bring Yashawn in. I don't want no. Bring Yashawn in right quick. Let us know when he on. So, brothers, it's right now. Our people are yet this day. Get that. Yet this day in this captivity.
Yes, sir.
Yet this day in our captivity, brothers and sisters. Yet this day. Read that for me.
Yes, sir.
Baruch 3:8.
Yes, sir. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8.
Yeah.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Yet this day in our captivity. Go ahead.
Where thou hast scattered us.
Where thou hast scattered us. We still in the hands of our oppressors right now. Go ahead.
For a reproach and a curse.
For we are a reproach and we are cursed. Go ahead.
And to be subject to payments.
Go ahead.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
So it said to be subject to payments. Now, what payments would a migrant be subject to? Because they consider them an illegal. Right. They consider them shouldn't even be here anyway. So while you're here, we'll exploit you. We'll put you in those fields. We'll put you in those factories to work. Target doing it, Walmart doing it, Whole Foods doing it. This information coming out, man, this the Most High revealing the wiles of the devil, man.
That's right.
Satan himself. So we got Yashawn on. Yashawn, how you doing, bro? Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Hi, Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay, yeah, my name's your son.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to know, I got confused about the Sabbath days. Like, do we go by the lunar calendar, or we just do the Friday sundown and Saturday sundown?
Friday sundown, Saturday sundown.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Good question, bro. Shalom. All right, so pull up the next caller. Pull up the next caller. All praise to the Most High. Yep. I mean, that's a good question because it's a confusion out here. And let me show you something on that real quick. Has the caller came in yet? Well, let's bring the caller in, then I'll show something. Remind her to touch on that lunar calendar real quick. Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless you on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0. All right, we got a sister on here. Shalom, sis. Can you hear us? Shalom. Can you hear us? You might have cut on your mic. We can't hear you, sis. Shalom, Most High Christ bless. We can't hear you. Can y'all hear her? See if you can help her with our mic, brothers. Okay, you connected. It says connecting the audio. All right. I said it did not connect.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes, we hear you fine. All pray. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi, Captain Gedaliah.
Shalom, sis. Most High Christ bless.
I just wanted to say. Okay, you can hear me now? Okay. I just wanted to say thanks for the class. And yes, I'm going to have to go on strike for a lot of these companies and corporations because it's ridiculous how they're taking advantage of us, the Israelites. And I just want to say thanks for the class. Great class. This is one of my #1 favorite shows in Israel. So keep doing the work.
All praises, sis. Thank you. Yeah, let's boycott. Except Starbucks. I got to have my vanilla sweet cream cold brew. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I wrong? Is it me? I'm sorry. Okay? I was just playing. All praise, sis. Thank you for calling in. All praise the Most High. Shalom, Most High. Christ bless you. Hey, all praise. Hey, sister on point. You know what I'm saying? Sister on point, man. These folks, man, they exploiting our people, bro. They exploiting our people. Hey, but you know what? I was making a joke, but we should, in some of these cases, abstain from some of these things, man. Right. When we see what they doing to our people. Right. But when we start opening up that can of worms and we start doing the research, we'll realize we got to stop doing a lot of stuff and eating and drinking a lot of stuff and wearing a lot of stuff, man.
Right. We got to get rid of the iPhone.
We got
to get rid of the iPhone, too.
I'm telling you. Even the Androids.
Don't ever do that
again. I'm just saying. Don't you you open that can of worms, it ain't going.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. We start opening up them can of worms, man. That's a lot of stuff. When we do the deep dive research and the Lord reveals certain things, so we'll realize pretty much everything. And we already know it.
Right.
Everything that we basically got ourselves involved in, that we purchased, it come from them. Right. It come from them, man. Hey, we got a couple more callers. Let's go to Laura Lillian. Let's go to Laura Lillian.
I was gonna say the Lord give us the keys, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, because some of the stuff we need.
Yeah.
You know, so on the Sabbath, don't buy it.
Right, the Sabbath
is
a boycott. Really.
That's boycott. That's boycott everything. Right. Boycott your own business on the Sabbath. We ain't buying nothing.
Right.
All praise to the Lord. Okay, all right, so we got a new caller in, Laura Lillian Best. Laura, you there with us? Called in a minute ago. We're bringing you back in. Laura, are you there? All right. Second time. Okay, all right, so let's pull up one more person. Let's pull up one more caller. All praise to the Most High. A lot of information, good information came out today.
Yes.
All praise. Had our first somebody calling right back on the phone line. Please. You may have just logged in. Call the Zoom link in the description. At the top, it talks about the Zoom link in the description. Hey, Shalom, Most High, Christ bless you. On with Escaping the Plantation 2.0. Who we speaking with?
Brother Matthew again from Nebraska, the 402.
Oh, okay. All praise. Shalom, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I try to check y'all out every Monday
after
I escape the plantation. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, why is the brother hating on the iPhone though?
No, he got one.
It wasn't no hate.
Yeah, he ain't the one. Now Android it's a different story.
Oh man.
Yeah, them damn.
Yeah, man. Y'all brought it out today, man. Like, it like y'all said, man. We get exploited at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Even from like the athletes, you know what I'm saying, the entertainers, man, we just be getting exploited. We get pennies on the dollar, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was just talking to some brothers not too long ago. I was like, man, if every Israelite, even the people who didn't even know they're Israelite, if they just stopped spending on the Sabbath, they would crash they would crash the economy, bro. Yeah. Like it would just crash.
Yeah.
But we don't understand, like we're just too much of consumers, man. We spend like what? $1.7 something trillion a year.
Yeah.
And we don't have nothing to show for it, man. So like, yeah, we just got to get back to the statute law and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? To get out of here.
You know why we like that? It's because we can't see ourselves without America. We can't see ourselves being able to prosper as a people without this place. That's why we. That's why we give in to breaking the Sabbath. That's why we give in to we like, man. Well, we can't boycott the white man. We need the white man. We can't start celebrating his holidays. All that stuff is done in order to destroy us, man. I'm telling you. So all praise to the Most High, man. Thank you for your call, bro. Appreciate you tuning in every single week. And he made me think about a scripture too, but it just left me. I had a scripture as he was speaking. It was a scripture I wanted to pull. I figured out. All praise it if we got time. But all praise, man. Thank you, Brother Matthew. Most High Christ bless you, bro. Stay strong out there in Nebraska, man.
Yeah, for sure. So long, Most High Christ bless you.
So long, Most High Christ bless. Hey, on Belly. Remember Belly? Kane was on there. He had the little press or whatever. He said, we got to mess. We got to rob them niggas. Remember that? That's what I think about when I think about when I drop a dime on it. Right. That's what I think about when I think about Nebraska.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. Oh, man, all praise to the Most High. But he was talking about how we just basically being exploited in this country from the athletes and all that. Oh, that's what I wanted. Revelation 13. I knew it'd come back. That's right. Revelation 13, real quick. Revelation chapter 13 and I want you to read verse 2.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
That beast going into going into man first and foremost, but they're going into Esau, European Union, because earlier it says having 7 heads and 10 horns, so that's going into the great Edomite kingdoms. The 7 heads, the great Edomite kingdoms, and then you got NATO that branch from those 7 heads, right? So when you get to the next verse, it said, and the beast which I saw was like unto a what?
A leopard.
So it had the attributes of ancient Greece. Go ahead.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
And it also had the attributes of Persia and Media. Right. That's what the bear represents. Go ahead.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
And the mouth is the mouth of a lion, meaning it had the attributes of ancient Babylon. Go ahead.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Go ahead.
And his seat and great authority.
And Satan gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now, why did I want to pull that scripture? I wanted to pull that scripture to show you they did very thorough research when they compounded this kingdom that we in.
Right.
They took bits and pieces of what they did in Persia. They took bits and pieces of what happened in Babylon.
Right.
They took bits and pieces of what they did in Greece, and they compacted that all together to try to make the perfect enslavement of the children of Israel.
Message.
You understand what I'm saying? To make this kingdom greater than all the other kingdoms that came before it.
Right.
That's how they was able to do that. They had to make sure that they covered all their bases, from music to entertainment to social media to sorceries to witchcraft. All these things they compacted together to make sure that when they established their kingdom, when this white man came into power and really came into power from Rome all the way into America today, that they was going to rule forever.
Right.
You understand? Now, one more. Daniel 7:25.
Yes, sir.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
The he is, read verse 24.
Verse 24.
Oh, yeah.
And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise.
So those 10 horns is the same 10 horns you're reading about in Revelation.
Right.
That's NATO, all right? The European Union. Go ahead.
And another shall rise after them.
And another shall rise after them. It's going into America.
And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
And he shall be diverse from the first and shall subdue 3 kings. Those 3 kings is France, Spain, and Britain. Right? The Spanish-American War, the French-American War. I think we showed it here on the show before. And then the American Revolutionary War, or the War of Independence, when America became its own independent country in 1776, which was funded by what? Slavery.
Right.
Go ahead. That's how they was able to subdue. That's where they got the money, the backing of it to back their military.
Right.
Because weapons cost money. That's steel, that's iron, that's all these things they making the weapons out. Cannons, the gunpowder, guns, shields, uniform, all that was made by slaves, brothers and sisters. All that was made by slaves, okay? We made those weapons. Then, after a while, they said, man, we getting our ass kicked. Put them niggas on the front line.
Right.
And then the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Put them niggas up there. And we was happy. Yeah, I fight for master. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
And this last kingdom will speak great words against the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And they wear out God's saints. How they going to wear out God's saints? They wear out God's saints in slavery. Right. And then on top of that, not only they wear us out in slavery, they made money off of it. Now they throw the money in our face.
Damn.
Go ahead.
and think to change times and laws.
And then on top of that, they went ahead and said, look, let's go ahead and establish times and laws.
Right.
Go ahead, let's change time. Let's start the beginning of the year in January. Let's end the year off in December. Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times, and the dividing of times.
So we were giving it to his hand for a time period. Go ahead.
But the judgment shall sit.
But the judgment gonna sit. Go ahead.
And they shall take away his dominion.
And God said they shall take away his dominion. He gonna lose this. Everything that he established, all the stuff he did to us, he finna lose that. That's what the Bible's talking about. Go ahead.
To consume and to destroy it unto the end.
You hear that? To consume and to destroy it unto the end. This thing gonna be destroyed. They gonna lose this thing. Watch this. Go ahead.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him.
And all dominion shall serve and obey him.
That's
You understand that? Meaning the Most High God and Jesus the Christ. They're going to have to obey Christ, and then Christ going to turn and give up the kingdom to his Father.
Right.
You understand that? And it's going to be over with for you. Right? You're done. And it's going to be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Now, there was a video I put early on the announcement page before we leave. And I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to play show a portion of the video. All right? It's the video of Elder Ariah, Bishop's elder, the passing of Elder Ariah from the original One West. I just want to use this time and opportunity to, I think we're gonna be doing it on all our radio shows, to show this. I'm gonna post it in the group real quick for y'all brothers, and I just want you to show just a small portion of him teaching. Bishop Nathaniel spoke very, very highly of his elder that came before him, and is also our elder. You understand that? The Spirit led Bishop to him, Bishop Yawasop as well. Bishop Kanai learned from him as well, I believe. So, he passed away this past weekend, and did mighty works for the Most High God, okay? And Bishop did a tribute video. You brothers and sisters go and like and share that tribute video that he did, speaking very highly of his elder. We're going to show a little bit of it right here. Play that.
Israel Most High in Christ, bless Bishop Nathaniel. Yeah, I'm standing outside. It's a little cool. I shouldn't be standing out here. But I got a call late last night from Deacon Abiel, and he told me about the passing of my elder, Ariah. His name was Ariah ben Yehuda.
Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Not all nations on this earth, but Israel is the holy people.
He told me to change his name. I give all praises to the Lord. But I told Abiel, Deacon Abiel, I said, hey, fact check that. I said, I don't want to do no little video on this thing and it be wrong. I said, you got a lot of nuts running around. So he called me this morning and told me it's been confirmed that he passed away. But I'm confident that we will see Ariah again. In the Bible, in the scriptures, Revelation 14:13, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Many of y'all know my elder Ariah put in a whole lot of work. Some of the best teachers come out of the original school. There were two schools that I can recall in New York City. There was the Commandment Keepers. No teachers came out of there. And you had the original Universal Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which became Israeli Church of Universal Practical Knowledge. Okay, Ariah was the greatest teacher of the time, and he was one of the 7 elders that instructed me. He was the one that I drew to in the spirit. Okay, many of the other elders that were throughout, like Chicago, different of southern states, they didn't measure up to Elder Ariah. Okay, and don't ask me to speak an ill word against him. I'm not doing it. I'm not that type of a guy to speak ill of my elders. That's like speaking ill of my father. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry, you got the wrong one. A brother did call me and ask me to speak about the vices of the elders. I'm not doing that. Are you kidding? You got the wrong buddy. I don't do that. Okay, that's not me. But I will say I give all praises to the Most High, and I know that we will see Ariah again. When you go to Psalms 116, bear with me a second. Psalms 116 and verse 15, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. All right. So Most High says his death is precious. Oh, I remember many years ago, about maybe 15, maybe 18 years ago, I did have a dream about Ariah that he and I was speaking. And he had on his garment. I don't know if Laquat Matah made his, but y'all know Laquat Matah is bad. He made the shirts with the leather and the fringes. Anyway, in the dream, Ariah was wearing that, and he had something to tell me. And he started to tell me, and a noise happened, like traffic. So I didn't hear what he said at first. He said, "You understand?" And I didn't understand what he said. And I knew he hated to repeat himself. He would yell if he had to repeat himself more than once and he's telling you something. So anyway, I said, yeah. And then he went on. I said, yeah. And he said, listen, it's going to happen real fast. He said, so just relax. He said, keep doing what you're doing. The Most High is with you. And the dream ended. I didn't really know what he was talking about. And what I guessed in the spirit was that IUIC was going to grow exponentially. And it did. It took off. And I remember telling, I believe it was Captain Jan I told the dream to, and some of the other captains I believe I spoke to. But give all praises to the Most High. Myself, Bishop Yawasap, Bishop Kanai, our condolences. And we know that we will see Elder Ariah again. Just as we know we will see Elder Mashah, who passed away in 99, and Elder Yaikwab, who passed away in 96, if I'm not mistaken. There were 7 elders. The rest of them are still alive. Okay, the rest of them are still alive. And I pray for them weekly. I pray for them weekly, and ask the Lord for mercy upon them, each and every one of them. Captain Joel and myself put up a page with videos of Ariah. I'm not going to tell you what page it is, okay? But he has the purple garment on. Yeah, you saw the trademark right there. I didn't make it. We put it up years ago. I didn't make a big deal out of it. All right. Never speak evil of the elders, brothers and sisters. Don't do that. All right. Oh, I know. Brother told me to throw away all the teachings of Ariah because he went off in his old age. I said, didn't Solomon go off in his old age? Should I throw away the book of Proverbs? Should I throw away the book of Ecclesiastes? Should I throw away the book of Wisdom of Solomon? Didn't David go off with murder and adultery? Should I throw away the Psalms? You stupid. There's such a thing as repentance, all right? And mercy and forgiveness in this truth. Always remember that. Some of you have forgotten that until it comes for you, all right? So with that, brothers and sisters, Most High in Christ bless you all. Love you. Shalom.
The Israelites gonna take this whole planet Earth and possess the kingdom and possess it. Put everybody in captivity. Put all nations in slavery. Forever. For how long? Forever. Even forever and ever. Now give me the 22nd verse. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom. That means all nations on this planet Earth. The kingdom and dominion, all powers on this planet Earth. Under the whole heaven. Under the whole heaven. Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Give me the 22nd verse. 22nd verse. Until the Ancient of Days came. Until the time that God came for judgment. We're in that time now. And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And judgment gonna be given to us. Power gonna be given to the Israelites to claim this planet Earth, to take it. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. And the time is coming that we're going to possess this earth. Read that whole chapter, 22nd verse again. Until the Ancient of Days came. Until the Ancient of Days came in the vision that Daniel was shown. The Ancient of Days being God. And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And judgment is going to be given to the children of Israel, the Israelites. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. And the time is not too far off that we're going to possess this earth. We're going to take this earth with the power that God's going to give us. 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Let's see if that's really what that's talking about. Everybody say, oh, the Bible's so mythical. It's It's going to be so plain, it's going to be super plain. Let nobody deceive you thinking that we're going to get the kingdom now. That's what he was telling the Israelites. For that time ain't going to come until we fall and go into captivity. Where are we at? In captivity. And that man of sin be revealed. And the one that the Bible is talking about as the devil and the wicked man be revealed. Who is that? The white man. That's super clear what it's talking about. And let's read it again. And that man of sin. And that man of sin. Who's that man of sin? The white man. The so-called white man. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And he is the son of hell. He's the son of the devil. The so-called white people are the son of the devil and the son of hell. And they're being revealed in this time we're living in. Who opposeth and exalteth, who opposes the Most High? The so-called white man. And what? And exalteth himself up and exalteth himself. I want to break it down piece by piece. So who's opposing God and exalting himself? The white man. When you go look for Christ, what do you see? A white man is Jesus Christ. When you go look for God, what do you see? A white man is God. When you go look for the angels, what do you see? A picture of a white man, of white people as angels of God. Read that statement again.
Attention Israel.
All praise to the Most High. So you can drop that. We end up paying the whole video. All praise to the Most High. I got lost in there. But all praise to the Most High. We're going to get out the way. Captain Joel coming up next. All praises to the Lord. But, we pray that the Most High has mercy on our elder. I say our elder because he's taught our elder.
That's right.
So he's our elder. He's the elder of the nation of Israel. We ask the Most High to have mercy on his soul and that we see him again. And we saw Bishop Yalesop in there.
That's right.
Young Bishop Yalesop.
Right.
I seen the spirit transfer from him to Bishop Yalesop.
That's right. That's
The same teaching, I see that on Bishop. Bishop, we can go pull up videos of Bishop teaching with that same tenacity and that same sound that say even took. So that's what your elders do. It's just transfer the spirit. Remember, Elisha said, give me a double portion of your spirit.
That's right.
You want the spirit of your elders, brothers. Never disrespect your elders. All right? Always remember that, man. All praise to the Most High. So let's run through this real quick. Let's run through our credentials real fast. Get out the way.
To help our people escape the plantation, you can send donations to Israel United in Christ at P.O. Box 13601, Jackson, Mississippi, or via PayPal at iuic.jacksonms@israelunite.org.
All praise to the Most High. So thank you, brothers and sisters, for your donations. Thank you for your calls today. For those that was able to call in and actually get through, appreciate you for calling in. Tune in every single Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central right here on IUIC Mississippi Burning YouTube channel. All praise to the Lord. Let's give a quick shout out to all the brothers downstairs putting in mighty works. Let's give a shout out to, we need to get some music behind this. Can we get some music behind this real quick? I kind of like the feel of it.
Right.
Put a little music behind this real quick. You know, you end the show.
You know, and as I said, we be prophesying in the music.
Not that
instrumental, bro.
Not that kind of piece.
Just don't even do it. Just stop, okay?
We'll do it next time.
It's all right. It's messed. I threw it on y'all. I was hoping y'all could just adjust, but you couldn't. It is what it is. Anyway, let's give a shout out to Awesome Malachi and his team, Soldier Elisha, Soldier Matthew, Soldier Isaiah, and Soldier Jeremiah's there today?
Yes, sir.
Soldier Jeremiah's downstairs, the brothers that's here on security, everybody that came to watch live, all praises to the Lord. All right, so y'all stay strong in the Lord. So, today's show, the origins of American wealth. All praise to the Most High. I think we got it. I think we got it. These folks, the devil the Bible speaks of. All praise to the Most High. So, with that being said, I'm Captain Get a Light. To my right,
Officer Obadiah.
To my far right,
Officer Hosanna.
To my left,
Officer Zariah.
And to my far left,
Officer John.
And with that, that's another edition of Escaping the Plantation 2.0.